How's it going, right? This is Rob Novakast back with another podcast for you guys. Oh boy, we got quite a bit to talk about. The second if you guys hear dogs wrestling around in the background, I do apologize. The dogs are playing. But quickly sending the link for StreamYard to Discord, as well as sharing to Twitter. So how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's had a good day. And by the way, we also got a lot to talk about today, or at least in between trying to game. I was talking to the group, and some of the at least some of the topics that I've kind of brought up for what's happened this week. Thank you, Mal. Is Dr. Seuss being canceled? Playmate Tessie, the girl that made fun of the cancer patient, alienating her cat, canine aversion. There's a few things going on there. There's some news about Ghost of Tsushima. Probably talk about a content creator by the name of Alternative Vlogs and That Vegan Teacher. So that would be interesting to talk about. So should be a lot of fun for this podcast. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. I guess if anything, I can get out of the way while I wait. Might be the canine aversion thing, just to get it out of the way, because I know nobody's going to want to talk about the crazy lady that wants to ban all dogs. Like that's going to ever happen. But anywho, right now we got 2 people watching as well as 3 likes. Awesome. It's going to be fun. If you guys hear old music too, I apologize. I have old music playing in the background. There's a there's a channel that I sometimes frequent on YouTube that does live music for some of the classics, which is Old World Radio 2. And they do live, like they play a bunch of like old classic music live in a stream. Mal wrote Alternative Vlogs. I know a lot on that. Now, I when I talk to MJ, because I think she's going to try to get on, I'm going to probably try to ask her if it's the one person I'm thinking about, because I saw the one individual by that moniker. And oh boy, looking at their channel was not fun whatsoever. And then you have the vegan teacher apparently trying to make a comeback, actually calling herself now the Holocaust teacher, which I don't know how that's going to work out for her whatsoever. And then you have the canine aversion lady who again, she's full-blown crazy. So, looking forward to that. And I don't think there's... And besides the Ghost of Tsushima stuff, I don't know if there's anything else gaming-related that I can think of to talk about. Probably look for a second. Which is... I know last week we did talk about the I think it was one of the states in United States was trying to ban violent video games, which again, like kind of like K9 version, that's never going to happen. No, I want to make a dog monster of K9 version because she's a monster to dogs. True. And well, I if I may too, because at this point, when it comes down to somebody like K9 Aversion, this is an individual who doesn't know what the hell she's talking about and doesn't care about the misinformation that she's giving her audience. Again, I know that there's a lot of people that are afraid of dogs and would have difficulty interacting with dogs, but at the same time, it's not right. Not right whatsoever. Hey, MJ.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had to dip out for just a moment because I text you in admin chat right beforehand saying that I'm trying to put groceries away and make dinner at the same time and trying to hurry up and get all set up. But I figure at least, get in here first.
Yeah.
But hey, Mel.
Oh, I'm still playing Control.
I was just playing it. I just started it a couple hours ago.
I'm gonna just tell you this right now. Some of the side mission bosses are a lot better than some of the main mission shit.
Well, I kind of had a bad experience with it, just not because of the game itself, but because for some reason my DualSense controller isn't connecting wirelessly to my laptop or PC.
Oh no!
It was before. I don't. Wow, you're getting a lot of happy birthdays. Lady Blue, Persia 007, and Delta Oval Panda all say happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
But it wasn't working, and so I tried to do a workaround for it. And, because my controller works fine if I'm using anything on Steam, because I have a DS4 Windows, so it allows me to use my DualSense and remap the buttons to an Xbox or Microsoft controller. But
okay.
But so I try to work around, and I have a program called Lonely Screen that allows me to mirror my phone onto my computer. So basically, I'm streaming the game from the PS5 to my phone to my laptop. It's just cool. It's just way too fucking dumb. Yeah, Vegan, it's because I monetized the podcast.
Yay, money.
I had it set for auto monetizing, but for some reason it's gone.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
I don't think so.
I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say, with the videos, I go through that on manually, so I don't know about
I'm pretty sure I had it set up for the podcast to monetize, because I always had, whenever I monetized it always was after we got done.
I think with the podcast, there's maybe once or twice I've seen ads on the podcast. So
also, I noticed that you're missing the T on your name.
Ah, crap.
You're Novakast.
Hold on. Can I edit here? Yeah, I can. Let me fix that.
Can you?
Yep, I can.
Oh, cool. Oh, because you're logged into the account. That's right. Okay, Vegan.
I cannot wait because thanks to a certain somebody, they've been letting me use the PS5. I cannot wait to get my PS5, my own PS5.
Yeah.
Though I'm gonna probably have to invest in a external hard drive, so that way.
I thought you just got one, didn't you?
I haven't got one yet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that way when I finally get one, I can take all of my saves and put it on the new one.
You wouldn't have to, though. Like I said before, no.
Oh.
When you switch from your PS4 to your PS5, it'll automatically transfer it for you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, because I have an external hard drive. I got one last month, but or around Christmas time. But yeah, actually no, I got this. No, I got it like a month ago because JR was gone. But hi, doggies.
Yeah, you can hear him. You can hear him in the background. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you change your name from Big B to Vegan Student on stream. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, hold on.
Because usually when I connect or get onto StreamYard, I'm not logged in. Or if I am logged in, depending on what browser I'm using, it depends because it will log me automatically into the channel's account. But I've been messing around with Streamlabs because I kept saying StreamYard last time, but I meant Streamlabs. But been messing with Streamlab Prime now that we have a paid account. And it's really cool. You can have like a stream pet on your stream and you can level it up and have it say stuff to you. And I don't know. But hi, fuzzy little rat.
You're not a rat. She looks at like what?
I was testing out something earlier and I played one of your videos just so I could hear the audio. And JR was standing by. He's like, I was like, oh, look. And he's like, oh, yeah, little rats. Mel sent you a message about alternative vlogs, by the way.
Okay.
Said that if you need help with any information regarding it, that they can be a resource to you.
Yeah. Because I think I mentioned... I think I found the earlier on in the day when you guys were talking about it. I think I found the channel. It was like a female. They're having fun. It was a female creator or content creator.
Yeah.
With short hair.
All right, I'm not showing my face cam right now because JR just brought me dinner.
And I'm gonna turn that off. Which I think that's who it was. So,
yeah, I don't know anything about them other than what Mal has been sharing in Discord, but
yeah. So,
I figured if you wanted to do a video on it, you could just get with them or find out information. But
all I'm gonna say is any drama or anything we talk about, it's gonna be on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste my time on the drama anymore making videos. If anything,
I might still, but I mean, it's not gonna be a regular occurrence.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, any drama, I'm just gonna save my energy for the podcast.
Fair enough.
Speaking of, I forget. You're a fan of the Sam Raimi films, right?
Yeah. No. Why?
Because I just recently bought the five package film on Vudu. It's the Spider-Man 2, and then Spider-Man was it 2.1, where it's like it has added additional scenes, and then it's Spider-Man 3 and the editor's edition.
Yeah, I'm good on watching 3 again.
And I'm just gonna say this. I am going to. I have before earlier today. I had recorded a kind of look back on one of the Spider-Man films, and I'm gonna do all 3. And I'm gonna be talking about the differences between the original for 1 or for 2 and 3. Compared to their altered counterparts. Which I'm gonna say right now, I'm still not a fan of 3, but I'm not a fan of 3.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of 3 either.
But they actually I'm guys, I'm gonna mention this in my review. They switch things around. Like, for instance, after the breakup,
so it sucks less. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. Okay, so they kind of to some extent. Also, they changed the scenes. There's different scenes in it too. For one, after the breakup with MJ, Peter is Peter is gradually like taking off and putting on the suit. The first instance is when he confronts Eddie about the photos.
Yeah.
even though that, like, in the original cut, that was supposed to happen after he took down Harry.
Right, Mel? It was shocking to me too. Mel says MJ broke up. Oh no. Or they're just making a sad face, but still it looks like, oh no.
But you guys get what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I'm trying to be when it comes down to this review, I did my best to try to do it in parts. So, like, I talk about the actors and the characters, the music, so I mean the action and CGI, which I'm just gonna say this CGI does not hold up well in current day.
I watched a part of a Watch Mojo video that they released recently about like the worst like green screen CGI effects. Like I watched what was it? What you were talking about last week? Wally's Wonderland.
Yeah.
The CGI for the fucking ostrich just looks so bad. It just looks so bad. You know, I get a hug. Oh, that's nice.
You know what's the worst effects I've ever seen? No joke, the It spider from Stephen King's It miniseries.
Oh, the one from the 90s?
Yeah. That thing was terrible.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother looking it up just because I don't like clowns.
No, it's not like what they did with the remake where it's like half clown, half spider. It's literally looks like a giant spider alien creature, and it looks really freaking goofy.
It's been so long since I've seen it. I haven't even seen the modern version, the 2017 version. I know JR has seen the second one, but he hasn't seen the first one.
It's a fun movie.
Well, just Pennywise just creeps me out.
Also going back to Spider-Man, there's a little before the fight. There's a little bit more dialogue.
Oh, okay.
between Peter and Harry. It to some extent, it's kind of, I don't know if you would call it like being very playfully petty between the two characters, but that's
a good way of describing it.
it was. I mean, with what those characters go through. But yeah, with my review, I'm trying to be more professional with my reviews. And
MJ does not have a fear of clowns. MJ just thinks clowns are just not cool looking. I'm not afraid of clowns at all. I just can't stand them.
Though, best performance, no joke, first, the Spider-Man 1. Was it Defoe? I friggin' actually know him and
Green Goblin? Or wait.
Yeah, and J.K. Simmons.
It makes me kind of want to play like the old, what was it, the 2002 Spider-Man game?
Oh, yeah?
The one that has Bruce Campbell narrating everything.
Oh, my gosh.
And then if you collect, what was it? What did you collect throughout that game? But because Bruce basically says that if you collect all of these and then at the end of the game you go back, it'll say something different, or all of them will say something different. And so if you do that, it's really tedious. But if you do that and then you go back to all these other spots, literally every single one of them just says something different. Just the words something different. It's such a big troll.
I'm going to say they're really, I mean, especially with Bruce Campbell, speaking of Bruce Campbell anyway, there was something that was really underutilized, and I really wish they would have followed up with it with Bruce Campbell.
Yeah,
like him being Mysterio the entire time. That explains why he was the wrestler announcer, then the usher, and then finally we saw him at the French restaurant. That
There
would
was
make.
speculation that he will make a cameo in the multiverse.
Oh,
movie.
please! I hope that's the case because that would be freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Though he won't be Mysterio,
Well, no.
which sucks.
It'll likely be Jake Gyllenhaal.
That would have been Jake. Isn't he dead?
What?
I mean, the character. His character died.
Well, multiverse. You never know.
Actually, if
Time
that's the case,
paradoxes and shit.
if that's the case, then yeah, it could be Bruce Campbell playing Mysterio.
Well, Mysterio was kind of a pussy in the older version of the game.
I know, but I mean, come on. Bruce Campbell voicing Mysterio.
Oh, Bruce Campbell voicing anything would be amazing, and which is why I'm excited for the Evil Dead game to come out.
Actually, speaking of that, I need to watch Jack of Trades. I heard it was supposed to be really good.
Jack of Trades?
Yeah, it stars Bruce Campbell.
I haven't heard of it. I used to like. It's kind of sad that the first time I ever really acknowledged or heard of Bruce Campbell was through the show Burn Notice. But Burn Notice is a good show. The last season sucked though.
How far did I get? I think from season 3 to 2 was where I kind of cut off.
Maybe there are
season 3 to 2.
See, yeah, I mean 2 to 3.
2 to 3.
Are you guys not talking about Spider-Man anymore?
No, I was waiting for you to get here so I can dip out and do what I needed to get done before coming on. But you guys talk about Spider-Man now. Thank you, Vegan. Sorry, Rob. I gotta dip out for a few minutes.
That's all
right. Anyways, first of all, F you, Rob, since I actually wanted to bring up the whole fact that Bruce Campbell was supposed to play Mysterio in Spider-Man 4, well, which ended up being canceled sadly.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Honestly, that would be, if it is a multiverse thing, that would be so cool.
Oh my god, I actually hope that still happens. Maybe I don't know, they could still at least kind of go a little bit after what happened after Spider-Man 3.
I mean, the dude that played Doc Ock is supposed to be reprising his role.
Oh my god, that would actually be so cool. I did hear that I believe Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire also might.
Yeah, it's rumored. I mean, the original rumor was that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will both be reprising their roles as Spider-Man.
Yeah, I would say cautious optimism, just because again, those are just rumors, and you don't want to.
I think I'm the only one that's not seen the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Or
the Amazing Spider-Man.
Speaking of that, something I think that they would probably end up doing, and that we would not expect if this is a Spideyverse movie, they introduce some of the other Spider-Man characters, for the first time.
Basically, what's it called?
Spider-Gwen.
Basically, another. I was gonna say another Into the Spider-Verse movie, basically.
Yeah, kind of.
I thought I heard about Hunter. Wait, am I talking? Okay, I'm not muted this time. What was it? Craven the Hunter might be part of it.
Craven the Golf Hunter, I believe they call it. Oh no, wait, that was one of his jokes in Shattered Dimensions. Never mind.
But all up in the air. I mean, anything can happen if they're gonna go multiverse is so broad genre. It's they can put anybody in basically.
At this point, I don't want to speculate or assume until we see a trailer, because at this point, because a lot of people were getting because I just finished watching WandaVision, which by the way, everybody look forward to the reviews that I have for the episodes. But anyways, when it comes down to it, a lot of people were speculating, oh, it's introducing Mephisto. He's going to make an appearance. And sure enough, only spoiler, no, he doesn't show up.
I'm thinking I think they were going to think of doing that, I don't know, maybe for later, much later maybe.
All right, I am stepping out for real.
I will say this. By the way, when it comes to Sam Raimi films, I know I'm going to make some people mad that are fans of Mary Jane in that film.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Because
of MJ.
I'm going to say this right now. Mary Jane in all of the Sam Raimi films is useless.
He's a bitch.
Well, I mean,
She is.
Bottom line, she's like
The fuck you say? Just kidding.
no. Oh, okay, you guys have seen the Tim Burton Batman, right? I mean, by now you should have.
I think I've seen it.
Okay, so you know the the reporter / photographer in that film that gets
Vicky Vale.
Yeah, and when it comes down to anything involving Batman, her only dialogue is screams. That's Mary Jane. That's Mary Jane in a nutshell.
Well, I think also the fact that Mary Jane and the Spider-Man 2 in the end, deciding she got cold feet and just decided to walk out on her wedding. Even from the start, it almost seemed like.
I'm gonna say that was kind of screwed up.
Not to mention that. Sorry, go ahead.
That is something I'm gonna mention in my Spider-Man 2 review. Is that I understand she loves Peter, but at the same time, that the way she went about that was really fucked up.
Also, the fact that even in the beginning of the film, it almost looks like she's just utilizing him as just a way to get Peter to honestly get him to do something.
Though I will admit, Jonason's line when they find out is so great. He's like, he tells his wife, call the caterer, tell her not to open the caviar.
Got a phone call. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Oh man, that is freaking gold. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reviewing because as I mentioned, I got the first review, or at least for Spider-Man 1 recorded. I just need to export it and render the final product, and then get on Spider-Man 2 and 3. Which, as soon as Vegan gets back, I actually want to talk to him about that because there's actually something really interesting. How's everybody doing in the chat? There is a lot of stuff going on. More reviews. Actually, just out of curiosity, guys, if you have anything you'd like me to review, let me know. Because even though my reviews are kind of like a quick glance of what I've seen when it comes to film or TV, let me know if you guys have any suggestions, and I will go through it. And I'm feeling there's probably a couple of things that I've already done.
Just got back. Sorry about that.
Oh, hey, quick question, because I'm going to be talking about this in my review for Spider-Man 3. How did you feel about Sandman?
Sandman, I did feel honestly he did start off I'd say good, although in the end ends up being a bit underutilized there.
I kind of feel like they were trying to force sympathy with that character.
I mean, it was good in my opinion in the beginning, although it just kind of got too much towards the end.
I'm only saying because researching the comics a little bit, Sandman's kind of a dick. He is not a good person. And with this, they were trying to trying to create sympathy for this character. And it doesn't, I'm going to say, if you watch the extended edition, it doesn't help. Especially when
he tries to kill Spider-Man.
Well, no, there's a scene. So you might know this. There's a scene with the daughter, with Sandman's daughter.
Oh yeah.
And you only see her once.
Yep, once in the film.
Well, apparently in the edited edition, there's another scene with that little girl.
Well, I actually didn't know about that.
Where she's in the park with her mom, and as they're about to leave, the little girl walks over to what looks like a sand pit, but in the middle of the sand pit is a giant sand castle.
That actually no wait, that was before that. Never mind.
So what ends up happening is, so the little girl touches the sandcastle, and then you see a handprint, form on the the sandcastle where she puts her hand on it and she walks away from the sandcastle. And then when she turns back, the castle's gone.
That definitely would have seemed like a decent touch. At least just my opinion. Sorry. Did you lose your thought?
No, trying to think there's another. Oh, by the way, do you remember the butler scene?
That, like, basically the fact him telling Harry that in the end, like, he really just killed himself.
And that basically like makes his decision on, like, creates his decision of whether or not he was actually going to go to help Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to mention this in my review too. For the edited edition, they took that scene out. The most controversial, like one of the most controversial scenes in that fucking movie. They took it out, and I was like, you know what? Actually, that was perfect.
Yeah, that actually would have been better to just take that scene out.
Instead of like some outside source saying, "Oh yeah, Peter didn't kill your dad. It was himself killing him." At this point, you have Harry like coming to the conclusion, like, okay, should I really hold this grudge or should I help out my friends? And sure enough, I think that is utilized way better than that fucking scene.
Definitely. Honestly, I feel like that cutting that out honestly would have been like much better. Because have you seen like how it should have ended like thing like for Spider-Man 3?
I have not yet anyway.
Basically, he makes Harry just say, "You are so fired." I thought it would be the perfect time to tell you, I took a grenade to the face. Because of course, like, Peter like tossed that grenade that like he was gonna toss at Peter, like he just threw it back at him.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that, like I'd say is like where like Peter's really just gone in too deep, because like that would have like, because honestly he gets like, what's it called? He gets a get out of jail free card just because he luckily doesn't kill Harry with that pumpkin bomb.
Yeah.
That was going a bit too far.
By the way, and people forget about the possible, like, Venom's still a threat. People don't even realize that. You want to know why? Well, you want to know why?
Why so?
Because it wasn't completely destroyed.
The symbiote wasn't destroyed, yeah.
Because so the symbiote. So let me clarify, because this will probably, for those who didn't think about it, this will probably blow people's minds. So obviously, in the construction site, the symbiote there was completely and utterly destroyed. But what people forget is the symbiote that Dr. Connor still has.
That piece of the symbiote, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, actually, that brings up a really funny line that really bugs me in Venom.
Do it. Oh wait, never mind. Shit.
So when Venom first reveals himself to Eddie?
Do what now?
So I was just gonna tell Vegan about a line that bugs me about Venom.
Yeah, sorry.
What one?
Okay, so when Venom first shows himself to Eddie?
Uh-huh.
Eddie asks Venom if he's going to eat more people. And Venom clearly says, most likely, that is why we are here, okay?
Uh-huh.
And later on, they talk about the whole invasion force as if this is new information for Eddie. And he's like, "What? You're just gonna come to a new you're gonna come back to our planet with an invasion force?" Like, dude, he told you this like near the beginning of the movie. You dumb fuck.
I did not see Venom, so I don't quite exactly know.
It's like how's this new information to you? He clearly said he was gonna eat more people, and that's why they were there.
Wow, MJ just couldn't handle the fact that I had my face cam. Also, the fact that I even tried to dress up a little bit for the occasion.
Yeah, I've got a cat sweater once again. Different cat sweater.
I got a very nice dress shirt on. Nice. It's not like it could really be shown so well.
I mean, I have a nicer sweater, but I'm wearing sweatpants, obviously, below this, so
my hair's
halfway there. halfway
My
there.
hair's a mess. My hair's a mess, and I probably brought this up in like past podcasts, but I've always tried to make my hair look like Tobey Maguire. At least if I get it. Yeah, that's side parting right there.
Are we talking about like clean cut Tobey Maguire? Are we talking about?
Yeah.
Are we talking about emo Tobey Maguire?
Emo Tobey Maguire. I like tried to like get my hair to just do the like just try to get that like droop like emo P, but I just couldn't.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 is really uncomfortable to watch half the time.
I just love that Into the Spider-Verse made fun of it.
I love that.
I think I saw the beginning scene, and like it makes fun of the dance
scene.
Scene.
Is so awesome. He's like, yeah, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we're talking about it right now. Oh man.
Just like how Superman doesn't kill, except in Superman 3, The Quest for Peace, or was it Superman 4? One of those two. But we don't talk about that.
Actually, speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, I bought my first PS5 game. I got
Morales?
Yep.
How'd you get your claws on that?
Well, thanks to my brother, I got a strange. He got me a $50 gift card for GameStop, which I went in line and got a digital $50 for PlayStation, and that basically paid for most of the cost for the game.
Awesome.
Which
You didn't get? Did you put it towards the Ultimate Edition?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good man.
The line I
Good
was
on
thinking
ya.
of applause on that Spider-Man reference, specifically to Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. I don't know if any of you have played that game.
Mm-mm.
I think I've seen the cutscenes.
Is that the one that also had Black Cat in it?
No, that's Edge of Time.
Okay, then
Spider-Man
no,
Shattered Dimensions was made, if I'm right, a year or two before that. Although I do have both games.
Then I haven't played it. But I don't know if you saw this last time, Vegan, over my PS5
awesome.
controller.
I thought it was cool.
That's so cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the buttons, the grips that came with that silicone cover are actually on here on JR's controller. Yeah. These are really nice too, like really awesome grips. But I was like, oh, I just got the Miles Morales one, so I gotta kind of put those on because that's what I bought it for. And then I have I put my old covers on the Switch controller, which is, of course, if you guys know me, hold on.
Wait, is it Mario?
No, it's just clear. Wait,
damn.
Wait. The only thing is that it does not read amiibos, and it does not wake up the console. But it changes color, and also the joystick or the controller get more vibrant the faster I spin. I like lights.
Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know. I might talk about this after the podcast, just because I was not around for a week, and I'll get into maybe the details maybe later about that. I don't know. At least. Yeah. Anyways,
you don't need to give us an explanation as to why you've been gone. We all have that. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. I'm just saying you don't have to feel compelled or like that where you feel bad or anything like that.
I don't feel compelled. I don't know. I just want to tell at least you guys, at least after the stream, because just something. Oh my god!
Thank you, Gizmo. Or I'm thinking I actually should be. This is directed to Rob, but it says happy birthday, Rob. Sorry I can't watch the stream tonight, but I thought I'd send you a happy birthday message anyway.
Awesome. Is that on Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Discord.
It's in general chat.
Aw.
But I figured I'd read it on stream.
Thank you.
Sorry. What were you saying, Vegan? I cut you off.
It's good. I was just gonna say, honestly, address, I guess, the previous comment about that, honestly, about vlogs and like that. Sage already, I guess, kind of does vlogs ish, when he takes walks out, I guess, live streaming, when he goes to the park. Just saying, Sage already kind of does that.
Well, he hasn't done it in a while.
Yeah.
Right now, he's just all into really getting commissions and posting dirty things in our server.
I think you call it NSW kind of things.
NSFW, but it's more like NSFL.
Yeah.
Not suitable for life. And the funny thing is that Rob didn't even know it existed until a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And it's been around for about over 6 months now.
You've officially lost control of your prison.
Well, Sage is the one that basically manages the server. Like he does more than I do.
Yeah.
But like, hey, at least it's privated. Vegan even couldn't even see the channel until after his birthday, his 18th birthday.
Oh wait, hold up. Did you guys block it or something like that? Because I'll
Yeah,
say
it was age gated.
I will just say because I definitely lied on my Discord profile, I probably would have been able to go through.
It's still private. It's still locked though, so it's
Yeah,
not like anyone who joins the server can like be like, "Bam!" right in your face. But it's locked for a reason.
Yeah. But hey, I'm 18. I'm 18 now.
You are a big V, indeed.
Yeah,
A big
I might
giant
change my
V.
name. Might just change my name on stream just for that.
Fair
just for
enough.
now. Yeah.
I don't think
There.
I've ever changed my name like midstream.
Just
If
do it. Just
because I always just stick with either MJ or Professor MJ. I'm usually a smartass and Jackbox, but not StreamYard. But
So
change it to Mary Jane for the podcast.
what's up, Rob?
So I have it right here. I'm hoping it's not on. I finally watched this.
Ooh, what is that?
Oh,
It-
Evangelion.
The third one. I have 1 and 2.
Evangelion.
And I finally, this week, because my internet went down for a couple of days, screwing up my Netgear, I finally took a chance to watch this. It's not bad.
Are you doing a review on it, or was that just pure casual?
I'm probably going to do a review on it, probably on all 3. Because I don't think I've done a reviews on those yet. I'm going to say this. I like the way it's going, where it's kind of diverging from the original story. I like that. And
I have not seen Evangelion, so I have no
Yeah, I
idea.
haven't seen
Other
it
than all I know is about it is just the theme song.
I know that it's a mecha. It's a mecha anime. That's all I know about Evangelion. Evangelion.
Oh. Well, then I might like it. Then I still have to finish One Punch Man. I just keep starting it over because I'm also reading the manga too, and so I wanted to I'd watch it and then I'd see the manga or read the manga. I'm like, oh, I wonder how much it changed from the manga to the anime. Wow.
Anime.
Wow. Mouth words are hard.
Anime.
But so I end up watching it again, but I still have that habit of like getting right to the end of a series or a season, and then I'm like, no, I don't want to part with this yet, so I'm just gonna start over from the beginning. And
Is that what you did with JoJo?
No. No, actually JoJo is one of the few that I actually watched through.
Straight through.
I mean, I have seen them multiple times, but I didn't do that particular pattern in that instance. But I still have a few more episodes to go. I'm caught up as far as the manga is concerned, but I have a few more episodes to go for the show. But I still think Saitama is hot. He's so attractive. I mean, I mentioned this last week. I was like, yeah, that Doug Funny looking motherfucker. But like seeing him with hair, whoo, it kind of reminds me of Mustang. And I think Mustang's hot too.
I think he's a cool character. He's definitely my favorite FMA character.
what, Mustang?
Yeah. Just the way he got introduced in the original. Sorry. Hey, Sage.
Hey, Sage. Have any of you seen the live action film for FMA?
I have.
No.
It's terrible. Don't watch it, please.
I'm not going
Save
to.
yourself. It's stupid.
I would say watch it for the pure cheese of it all. Like it's not good, but they recently dubbed it. So I've got to go back and watch it with the original voice actors, like Vic Mignogna and everybody. Watch it again with the dubbing.
maybe that might make it just somewhat better.
I did watch part of it.
That'd be
It's
so
the
great.
the children in the movie just can't act for shit.
That'd be
I mean, you can watch it. You can watch it. It's on Netflix. It's for sub and dub, but it's
yeah. Oh shit!
don't get your hopes up if you're thinking of it.
Being good.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
yeah, and I doubt they would get Vic to voice act it, but it's like it'd be interesting since they freaking trashed his career.
Yeah, I heard about that. Honestly, that's why that's why I say like I support like honestly the studios that create anime and honestly like make their own streaming service.
Yeah, well, basically, the live action, it tends to try to, I mean, because, you know, the whole story of, like, the timeline of FMA is pretty long and like, expansive, but trying to fit pretty much all of that into not even a 2-hour film.
Basically, just tries to cram everything in there.
It's just the wigs are what got me. The wigs are so bad. They're so bad, and like it looks like they tried dyeing like, you know, the kid's hair for like Ed and Al, like tried dyeing or bleaching it blonde, and it just looks like they stopped halfway through.
Good lord!
But if you go into it knowing that it's bad, then it's an enjoyable watch. But if you're expecting anything out of it to be good, then
you're fine.
So it's so bad it's good. It's laughable.
I'd say worse than the Death Note adaptation.
Or The Room.
Except for Rob hasn't even seen the anime or read the manga for Death Note. He only saw the Netflix film.
I think I've said it. I've seen bits and pieces of Death Note.
Yeah, but I watched recently. I recently watched the English voice actors, like kind of like behind the scenes of them actually voicing their characters, and because L's voice, the English voice actor for him, it is so good. It is so good.
Honestly, that's one of the few English stuff that I actually watched. I never watched the sub though, but I really enjoyed the English stuff. Like honestly,
the sub's good, but with for the English dubbing, I think that's like one of the few animes that actually does it extremely well. Arguably, probably better than the actual Japanese, but that's my opinion on it. But yeah, Sage is right. Rob, read/watch Death Note. I have L in the background, or he would be. He's on my anime shelf.
I used to cosplay as L in middle school, and a bit.
I mean, that's an easy cosplay.
Yeah, it is
like white T-shirt and jeans. Did you go barefoot too?
Yeah, I didn't go barefoot because of course, like otherwise I'm just gonna break my feet going the way to school.
Well, then you didn't dress as L then because he doesn't wear shoes. I'm fucking with you.
I did actually try to. I did like go to get the makeup and also the eyeliner like for it like when I was in middle school.
Yeah. But
honestly,
no, Rob, you'll really like it. You'll really like it. Fuck the movie. Well, because if like the movie because they tried to make it intentionally more westernized, so it would appeal to a wider audience.
I mean, ultimately, the thing that I will say that I enjoyed more than anything was Defoe's Ryuk.
Yeah, I think that's
the Green Goblin. Sorry.
Yeah, Ryuk, he did a good job as Ryuk, but that's pretty much
it.
And then the soundtrack was good, but it very much reminded me of like Donnie Darko. As far, if any of you have seen that movie, it's one of my favorites.
I think I've seen a couple of scenes from it.
It's like 80s, like Tears for Fears, Duran Duran, kind of like style. Donnie Darko is excellent too. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And so I keep trying to reply to Sage here. And if I made an live action film, would you watch it? Yes. Or would you gouge your eyes out? No. I've been thinking. That just reminds me of like, I love reading about like Saw, like the torture and all that stuff, but I just can't. I don't like to watch it. That's why I know all the like plots and traps associated with Saw, but I'm like thinking about it, like some of the bullshit traps that they get into. I'm trying to think like, what would I do if I were in that situation? like where you had to like gouge your eye out to get a key in order
yes.
to unlock the reverse Venus flytrap. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I would. I'd be kind of like, bring it on, death, because it's just like, ugh. But all right, and then okay. I mean, if we're gonna talk about animation, I might commission Vexu for an animation meme. By the way, who has background sounds? It's not me.
Not me.
It's definitely me, and I'll say why.
Yeah.
Besides the music and the dogs, that's.
I mean, I doubt you can hear the TV in the background. JR's watching something on TV. It sounds like a sport.
I got
sport ball.
I got old timey music playing in the background.
Yeah, there's honestly a lot of background noise, so I apologize to the viewers, like if their ears are breaking because of the background noise.
I don't think it's that bad at all.
Yeah, I just try my best to like mute it, honestly, like at least before like anything like loud plays.
All right, should we get into these topics?
Yes, I'm gonna make the canine aversion thing quick because that was one of the things I wanted to talk about because there's some really stupid shit with this person.
Okay,
I'm looking at their channel.
How is she still on?
Because there's people that actually believe her for some reason.
No, because didn't the other dog hater like got removed? Because didn't the other
I'm supposed to be the one with the background sounds?
No, I asked just because didn't the other dog haters like channel like get removed off YouTube?
I'm not sure. Again, I've been reserving my energy for drama for the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, here we are.
Plus, it'd be better if I talked with a group about some of these things. Have like a more group perspective.
I mean, I have no idea what happened because, like I said, I don't really pay too much attention to that issue.
So it just becomes dumber and dumber with this individual. I will say, apparently, I will say one thing that she talked about was kind of weird, though. I mean, when it comes down to some of her the way she puts it is interesting. I don't know if I can call it interesting. It's just, but anyway, I guess if anything, it's odd and kind of. But anyways, recently I guess she had a video taken down, and it was discussing people who have dogs, or at least female owners, feeding their dog or their puppies.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to say it so that way it's fuck it. She was talking. I guess in the video that was taken down, she talks about how there are certain dog owners that will breastfeed their puppies, which I will admit I never heard of that before, and it's kind of odd. And I don't know how many people are actually going to do that, besides the really odd people. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if Whitney, Wisconsin did something like that.
I was just about to say that.
That's
Wisconsin will probably be the one.
Like I said, but she tries to generalize. This is everybody that does it. It's like, no, I doubt that's the case. She made a video talking about, I guess dogs shouldn't be mentioned at all in news, which I don't know. I mean, and this goes in. I don't know.
They're not important or something or what?
I mean, to her, they're not important. I mean, she made a video earlier.
I guess so let me guess. The mindset was like, they're basically like a pest. Yes. And we don't report on like, pests or extermination or, fumigating or exterminating pests. Well, so why? Yep. That kind of the same logic. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Go on.
I mean, and earlier on within, I think the week, actually 2 weeks ago, I did respond to a video that she made where she was discussing a dog named Max who I guess was being recognized by media. And this dog was actually a therapy dog. and she goes off like, "Oh, why is this dog getting recognized? Because all he's done is, for the entirety of his life is sit around and live." It's like, well, I don't know, maybe be kind of like a support animal to people who are like in schools, because I guess again, because I think this, if I remember correctly, this dog was a therapy dog.
Mhm.
And therapy dogs are usually animals that are taken to like schools or
And it's really expensive to.
or
I was gonna
schools,
say, sorry.
hospitals. In fact, I saved the links for all my research.
Bella has a support dog.
Which I'm looking it up. So Max the Miracle Dog okay, there we go. My computer's been off. Okay, so yeah, Max is a Springer Spaniel who is huge in social media due to him providing comfort and support to thousands of people. He's a 13-year-old therapy dog who is joined daily on his Lake District walks and swims by thousands via Facebook Live, and has been awarded the PDSA Order of Merit, which recognizes animals that display outstanding devotion to their owners or wider society.
Okay.
So,
Sorry.
And looking at another link I had, which I should have pulled that up already, in case people are wondering what a therapy dog is.
I think people know what a therapy dog is.
Well, so some people because I actually in that video I had to tell the difference, but mention the difference between therapy and a service animal.
Mm-hmm. Well, service animals are typically
they're
that help, a guide dog for the blind, whereas a support animal is there for emotional support.
So yeah, because therapy dogs they can do a variety of tasks, or if anything, as you mentioned, be kind of an emotion animal or whatever. Emotional support. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And service animals are set to a very specific task.
Yeah, right. I'm just wondering if she views dogs that way, then how does she view children? Honestly, children that can't even do anything or wired honestly because they don't do anything. Is she gonna view children in the same light like that? I don't know. Just wondering.
I don't know.
I was thinking that earlier too, Vegan.
probably using their whatever issues they are going through. Probably use that to try to feed her, delusions. But anyway, continuing.
I'm still listening, by the way.
No, I understand.
Understand as well.
There was a couple of videos that she made where she was talking about people showcasing dogs or cats killing animals, which, by the way, she hates cats too. And it's strangely enough that I feel kind of like there's a bias towards that, because she goes full on attacking which I'm gonna say is wrong. I don't agree with showcasing dog or cat attacks at all.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's you're gonna shit and piss and moan about that, but you're not gonna mention other feeding videos where you see people feeding their snakes or reptiles or their crocodiles or whatever to figuring rats or rabbits or whatever. So you're you're gonna piss and moan about the dog shit, but you're dogs or cats, but you're not gonna mention the other stuff, which is odd, because you'd think,
especially when mosquitoes. Sorry.
And you'd think that would be something that she would talk about, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
But I guess, and here I guess my biggest point in this, it's what is really the point? I mean, it's why get this bent out of shape over really, really stupid shit? I think that's
in her eyes, she may view it as why do you care about what she says? Like, if it's insignificant.
And you know what my reaction would be? Because
Go on.
to some extent, especially with people who are obviously afraid of dogs, I feel feeding them the wrong information is more harmful than good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Especially since
playing
really,
devil's advocate.
Especially since really the biggest threat, like really that like out of any other animals, the mosquitoes. I believe you brought that up in one of your videos, Rob.
Yeah, because she talks about how cats and dogs are, causing extinction to many birds or and other animals. It's like I would say the biggest threat to animals is more likely humans.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Honestly,
I mean, let's face it, we're shitty towards each other. I mean, humanity is always finding a reason to hate each other, to kill each other. I mean, let's face it, when it comes to ideals, we're at each other's throats. We can't come to an agreement about anything in our own governments. We're like this close, like with a lot of other countries, to basically pushing the big red button and nuking like all of us to hell.
Nuclear war. Yep, scary thing.
And that's the thing that this person doesn't think about is, I mean, really, when it comes down to mass extinction of animals, I wouldn't be surprised if humanity is the one that causes it. Because again,
actually, it's interesting because apparently humans are responsible for like the most like mass extinction of extinctions of a bunch of animals. If anything, that's like even why like endangered animals like that like need like honestly even require like of course some protection because like like then you have like people that like are just gonna be poaching the animals like in order to kill and like just sell them like on the black market or something like that because like especially for some people's beliefs or something like that. I don't know exactly the full story behind it. And how lots of animals are actually going extinct.
Bees.
Oh yeah, the bees. If I'm right, it was in one Asian country where like now they don't really have a lot of bees anymore. Like they now need to actually like pollinate, like I believe like do it like manually or something like that. It was in one Asian country. Sorry. I think it was Japan. Sorry.
I was gonna say that, and that kind of goes back to the whole because she tries to advocate for like, oh, why would you get a service animal or a therapy dog when you could just go to a person and talk to them? Because again, half the time people are shitty.
And plus, your therapist can't be there with you 24/7.
Yep.
And by the way, they're only there for the money. I mean, most of them. I have to correct myself.
I don't know how much money therapists make, but like, yeah.
It depends on whether or not you're private practice, nonprofit, faith-based, level degree. Do they have they gone to medical school, done a residency? It really depends. But overall, your typical therapist tends to do pretty well when it comes to annual salary. Social workers, on the other hand,
not the best salary and lots of working hours.
Well, they overworked, underpaid. Like DHS workers, I do not. I mean, yikes! Like where they have cases in the hundreds for one person.
I got to disappear for a bit.
Okay.
All right, it's good. Oh my god, there was so many things I wanted to talk about. Although, like, damn, I keep forgetting. My therapist. That's good to hear, Mal.
Mm-hmm. I'm reading over the list of topics, and a lot of our topics kind of tie into one another.
Yeah. Oh man, I wanted to go into so many things. Like I can't remember like what, although it was like definitely like a previous topic that like we were talking about. But
Attack on Titan, you mean?
Not Attack on Titan. It was like another manga or something like that. Oh yeah, it was gonna be like honestly like like because you guys were like talking about like the mangas for you're talking about the One Punch Man manga. I don't know. I was gonna ask you and Rob if like you're both gonna like maybe like get into like maybe reading the manga for JoJo.
I've read some of the manga for JoJo, but very little, and I want to get around to it. eventually, especially for Stone Ocean. But I did watch a video where they dubbed the manga.
Yeah.
For it.
By the way, thanks again for the link to the video. Those were like honestly some pretty good dubs, honestly, for Stone Ocean.
Yeah,
I did sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I did read a bit more of Stone Ocean. Like I got as far as like the fight like with a Google doll. That actually no, think of it for like probably until like when Foo Fighter comes around. Foo Fighters, which by the way, awesome, love the character, and also really good like honestly band name.
Oh, Foo Fighters in general are great.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm reading One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, and then Danganronpa of ReZero, just because that's the only one that I have not read myself or interacted with in any capacity as far as Danganronpa is concerned. Yeah. It's like a prequel, kind of.
Yeah.
I did watch like a summary of it, but I want to read it myself.
Yeah. I definitely would probably want to get to Demon Slayer, like, since, I don't know, like, I've kind of, like, really been, like, staggering and, like, really, I don't know, there hasn't really been much anime, like, honestly, in my mind that, like, I should definitely get to watching. Although Demon Slayer, because you definitely guys have, like, kind of hyped it up, I might definitely get into that.
Oh, it's fantastic. In fact.
Speaking of Demon Slayer, apparently, like, you know about Shonen Jump?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be for Demon Slayer.
It's Nezuko from Demon Slayer.
Ah.
She normally is in a box that Tanjiro, the main character, carries. Because like she's a demon and she has bamboo rod attached to her mouth so she can't bite anybody. But typically because demons would be destroyed in sunlight, and so Tanjiro, her brother, ended up getting a box so she can be in there during the day when they're traveling. But I can't remember why. For Demon Slayer, the only reason why I really I had it on my list before, but it was because I heard Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein mention it. Because I guess because she, I guess, got some backlash for like a TikTok where she had worn a Nezuko skirt. And I'm just like, Jesus, people are that petty, like care that much, even though I am a hypocrite in that regard, because I remember seeing her wear a Danganronpa shirt. I'm like, no, don't taint that for me. But I mean, obviously my opinion has changed.
Hating it for different reasons. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, okay, she doesn't seem like the person that watches anime at all. And I did see on Netflix that it was like ranked number 1, trending for a while. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll see what the hype's about. And it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the opening and end themes for it.
Yeah. I definitely wanted to like talk a little bit about that. Like, because I did hear, like, I was like, you know how I was asking you, like, if you knew about Shonen Jump?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, normally, like, Shonen Jump, like, you know, like, they're, like, apparently, like, normally One Piece is able to, like, always be at the top of the list in terms of how many, like, manga sales, like, of course, they make. Apparently, like, Demon Slayer, it was, I believe, for 2020. Apparently, like, they like, outsold One Piece, apparently, but, like, the manga for Demon Slayer, although I don't know if that's actually true, since apparently, like, there was...
I read that. I think you're right. I did read that somewhere. They also broke a record, or the Demon Slayer film, Mugen Train, which takes place right after the end of season 1, where it broke box office records. That is the top selling or box office film in history. They outsold more than Titanic.
I definitely hope that at least it's starting to seem like that'll hopefully be the new Attack on Titan, at least that like anime has to offer, especially since Attack on Titan like is going to end, like the manga like it's going to be over like next month.
Yeah, because Demon Slayer is already done. Like there's no more to it. Yeah. As far as the manga is concerned, the manga's been done, but so I assume that they'll probably just stick to the manga because they've been very true to it, based on what I've read and seen. But it's like it's your typical, superhero anime, shonen anime. But highly recommend it. My favorite character is a guy Zenitsu. He's kind of like a skittish, very loud, kind of paranoid character, but he has kind of like a split personality too, because he's really weak and cowardly normally, but then when he's like in extreme danger, all of a sudden he just turns into badass mode, and his eyes are closed and his voice gets deeper, and then he just tears shit up. But Rob does not like him. He finds him extremely annoying. I did too at first, but now he's one of my favorites. But yeah, definitely check it out. The manga's great too.
I was gonna. Oh my god, there's okay. I definitely plan on checking out Demon Slayer. I don't know if I might read the manga or not, because I'm definitely I still at least want to finish up Attack on Titan, waiting just for the last chapter to air. I'm definitely gonna say a lot is definitely happening in the manga. Which, speaking of which, how far are you in Attack on Titan? Since I recall you said you watched season 3 or some parts of it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Aden has said he's you were still stuck on season 3. I'm pretty sure I watched all of season 3. I just haven't seen the latest season.
You saw the Beast Titan again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's as much as I'll say. In case Rob's nearby, and I don't want to really spoil much.
Yeah, yeah.
How far is Rob honestly in the anime?
I don't think he's seen it.
Oh, he hasn't seen any Attack on
Titan.
You should definitely watch it. Honestly, I would say it definitely really kickstarted a lot of things. Really got it was mainstream. Honestly, in 2011, the hype was honestly there. It was probably it did probably not as much as Demon Slayer, although it was definitely reached levels that were high at least before until Demon Slayer at least kind of beat it out. Especially since I believe it managed to outsell One Piece, which. There's some disparity apparently with that statement apparently it outselling One Piece, although not exactly sure on the full nitty-gritty details.
They've broken a lot of records in terms of popularity, revenue, and what have you. I said, the film that came out or released in Japan, it is the #1 highest grossing film of all time in Japan, and then it aired or actually released here in the US in select theaters, and it broke records here too. I did manage to find the film just a bootleg version of it, but it didn't have any subtitles at all. It was obviously in Japanese, so I couldn't watch it.
I think you're gonna have to get creative. Sorry.
What? Yeah, what?
I think you're gonna have to get a little creative.
Oh, yeah, I have links. But if one fails, I go to the next one.
Yeah.
But I'm now thinking about Attack on Titan. To me, it's just one giant brown color palette. It's super brown. Everything is brown. Brown and green. Welcome back.
What studio made Demon Slayer? Is it a small studio? Or is it pretty well known? Just wondering.
UFO Table, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's all one word. It's UFO Table. But I don't know what else they did wait, no. Never mind. I don't know. I was thinking I was gonna mix up One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100. But I don't know what else they made, but Rob, have you seen any episodes of Attack on Titan?
The first season.
Oh, you did watch the first season, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you were just talking about it.
What I missed, by the way?
We were just talking anime while you were gone.
Okay.
Didn't want to continue with the topics.
Oh
yeah.
Should I tell you guys the story I mentioned on Discord with DoorDash?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so I'm definitely excited.
So
It's yeah.
I've had this. I think I've had the app for about a couple years now, and
Longer than I have.
for the first time, I didn't think I would. I was wondering when I would get to experience this. I think I had a dasher today that stole my food. Either that or left it at the wrong freaking house. Okay, so to set up the whole story, around lunch, I wanted to, something quick because I was working on my computer. So I was like, okay, I just want a double a burger from McDonald's. Okay, just something quick, simple. Plus, it was my birthday, so I'm feeling lazy and I didn't want to drive. So
I figured that is exactly the reason why. But
anyways,
go ahead.
So I go on DoorDash, order the food, and they tell me like, and it's actually to some extent it started off like the whole delivery thing started off really good because they actually sent me a message. I'm trying to find my messages, where it says
it wasn't the automated one.
No, it was the person actually sending me the message. They're like, "Hi, this is DoorDash connecting you to your Dasher for updates about your order. I'm in line, but there are 19 cars in front of me, and the line is not moving. Be there as soon as I can." I said, "Okay, thank you." And they said no problem. Now after this, about maybe I get the notification that that the order is on its way. And usually when I get this message, I am literally standing out there for 5, 10, 15 minutes waiting
I
for
do the same thing.
I'll
stand in the kitchen and stare out the window.
I'll stand outside the house waiting for this person to show up. And I'm waiting there and I'm kind of wondering what's going on because it seemed like for a second it seemed like they were coming closer and closer to the house, and then all of a sudden they take a different direction, and it says that the order was delivered. I'm like, the fuck? So I went and messaged.
Report it.
Okay, so, and I took screenshots of this. So if it ever comes back to me and be like, here's the screenshots, too. I wrote, "Hello, sorry to bother you. How much longer for my order?" The app was indicating that the food was delivered and I haven't received it yet. The person then wrote, "It's on your doorstep. I knocked 3 times." Which that's kind of hard considering I'm standing outside of the fucking house.
1 star and report again.
I know, and I'm not done because there's more interaction. And then they wrote, "Did you find it?" And I wrote, "What was the address you delivered it to?" "I have been standing outside the residence waiting for the delivery." And they wrote, "The delivery was completed, so I can't see the address anymore. Pretty sure your house number was," and I'm going to do that silent. And they're like, "Is it a blue house?" And just to, because I don't want to, describe where I live. I was like, I was just gonna say it's a red duplex. Well, so it's like, wait a minute, this is not the house, because it's like the house that I live in is not blue. So my question is, where did they send it? And they're like, "Oh, a chain link fence," and I'm just like, okay, our residence has a chain link fence, but it's like the house, it's not even a house, it's a 2-portion, it's like it's a
duplex.
Yeah, and it's like I'm trying to understand this. I mean, and on my street there are a couple of houses that are blue or on the same road, but it's like with chain link fences. So I'm thinking to myself, did this person send it to the wrong address?
Yeah.
And not and if that's the case, like in big letters for each property, it has the house number in big letters or big numbers. I said letters, but that's my.
Well, when they said that, or they asked or the number, do they give you the same number? Like the number of the house?
Yeah, they gave me the same number. I'm like, what? And
but different street, maybe.
Yeah.
Or...
And I even asked around, hey, did you guys see a DoorDasher deliver anything? I'm like, they're like, no.
That's some dedication for McDonald's.
I'd honestly report the guy. How do you screw up that bad? Sorry.
So they then say, I can head back your way. Remind me the street, which I did, and they wrote, okay, heading back your way. Just had to stop for bathroom break. I waited 10 minutes and they never showed up. So I went ahead and I've reported a problem with the order that I never received it. And unfortunately, due to the service, I end up having to give that person a 1 star with the review of basically they didn't deliver my freaking food.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So did they do anything about it
in this manga? Sorry.
So afterwards, they gave me the chance to reorder the food. Didn't have to pay for it because unfortunately that's on DoorDash at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have to reorder or pay for the food again. And surprisingly, the next dasher that I got was actually, it didn't take them very long. They went through, got my food, and then came back. It was 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. And this person was claiming it was going to be a very long time. The first person was claiming it's going to take a very long time, which made no sense. But which I gave that person a 5-star rating. No, I gave that person a 5-star and a tip because I felt bad that a second dasher had to step in to fill my order.
Mm-hmm.
So
DoorDash is pretty good about that, about making it right.
I was gonna ask if anything really happened, if you know anything maybe happened with the guy that originally was gonna deliver it to you.
Nothing. I mean, like I said, I even waited till after I got my food to see if this person was going to show up. Never did. I have a feeling though they probably didn't show up because either one, they knew that they stole it, or two, because again I had to classify because more it's a bag of McDonald's. If you leave it on a random freaking if you leave it on a random person's doorstep, that food's gonna be gone. It's not like it's gonna sit there and people are gonna be like, hey, this isn't mine. Especially with the kind of people that are in my town. So anybody could go take free. They'll just see free McDonald's and fucking take it. So I will say, and this was a really interesting experience, especially since after because again, because I'm trying to do as much as I can before the podcast. I went and ordered through DoorDash again for Applebee's, which did not take very long. I thought it would be really long, but the food I got was really freaking good.
What'd you get?
I'm pleading the fifth.
So were these your first were there first times using DoorDash?
I'm pleading the fifth because let's face it, we have a friend who might
fuck you, Big V. No, I mean you could say it. It's not like I'm gonna censor you or anything like that. Well, I am. Just kidding. Just say what you want, honestly.
Be like, I'm gonna send a missile to your house. For eating unless what you had.
Unless you're
I ate an entire cow.
Fine.
I had an Impossible Waffle.
So, actually, most of what I had was actually more vegetable than anything. I had a shrimp parm sirloin with with garlic, green beans,
How dare you? You get green beans? Just kidding.
cheddar broccoli, and French onion soup.
Very cool.
Which I
I've
must
never
say,
been to. Sorry.
I haven't had Applebee's in a long time, and oh my gosh, it was so good.
I haven't had Applebee's in a long time either. I have gift cards for there though.
I could go for a Domino's right now.
And I like Domino's pizza, but there's not one like that delivers here.
No, there isn't.
Mm-mm.
Not even Uber Eats helps with that.
Uber Eats is not a thing here.
Oh, well, damn.
Yeah.
I got with my town, I got lucky. But I will say,
go on.
I will say, like 7 years ago, there was not a lot going on with where I live, and they've been slowly adding more and more like different franchises here. I mean, recently, trying to think because when I first moved into Cali, California, one of the biggest restaurants fast food was KFC, and they tore that down for friggin' Popeyes. And then a few years after, 4 years, after 4 years, they decided to open up another KFC while remodeling tearing down their Walmart for a super Walmart. Actually, no, not tearing it down, but kind of vacating.
There's a super Walmart?
Yeah, there's a super Walmart.
I just learned about a super Target when I went to Colorado, back in 2009.
It has more variety.
It's just how you have a Kmart and super Kmart. Well, except Kmart isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, super Walmart has more variety, and usually, if you're lucky, you'll get more of a grocery section.
Oh
yeah, definitely. A lot of things.
Walmart's already massive.
Yeah,
I just can't imagine like Target and Super Target. Our Target is, I guess, average size, but I never saw a Super Target until I went to Colorado. And here, the store that we have is called Meijer, but it's only in the Midwest. And that's the main place we use. We have Walmarts, but Walmart and Target wouldn't be able to deliver here. It's too far. And Meijer is I guess you can compare it to Walmart, maybe a little bit smaller. I guess I was just dumbfounded that our particular Meijer had PS5s in stock. We don't have anything cool here. That's cool.
I was gonna ask, have any of you guys shopped at a Costco before?
Yeah,
I think once.
You used to have a membership.
Yeah, I know you need to have membership. I asked because I hear that the prices are cheaper there. I just wanted to know if they're if you could literally get stuff they're cheaper than Walmart.
Oh yeah, but it's all in bulk.
Yeah, I know it's in bulk. I know it's basically like a warehouse kind of
right. Yeah, because I only got a membership. I don't have a membership anymore. Also, Costco, we don't have one around here either. The closest one is over an hour away. But I only got a membership because of their pharmacy, because the medication, or when I was on Adderall, my insurance wouldn't cover it because I had shit insurance. And so it would cost me over $200 a month for my Adderall prescription. But when I got to get it at Costco, I only had to pay $37.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But it does get annoying to have to drive all the way out there. But at the time, my doctor's office was maybe 15 minutes away from there. But yeah, things are a lot cheaper, but there's not that big of a selection either. It's just it's not going to be like a full-on Walmart, but it's bulk items for particular things.
Yeah, it's just for the main stuff. Which I'd actually be fine with, if if I was able to drive there, but sadly I can't at the moment. I don't have a
I
driver's
don't know if we have. You guys have like Trader Joe's and stuff like that, right?
Yes, Trader Joe's and Aldi, although technically they both derive from.
Oh, we have an Aldi. They're not that popular here at all.
I don't think I have a Trader
Even though
Joe's.
technically Aldi and Trader Joe's literally came from the same company until they like just separated.
Huh. Yeah, we don't even have a Whole Foods either.
Oh, you don't?
Uh-uh.
Whole Foods is expensive.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. It does have a lot of vegan stuff though, so like I guess I consider myself lucky that like I could easily just go to a Whole Foods just to get a bus there.
Yeah.
I will say like honestly, the Walmart is a bit far. Although normally I have to take a bus and like take an Uber back, like honestly to like load all the groceries. Since right now since I can't drive or anything like that, so it's definitely a bit of work, honestly. Like to do any good amount of shopping, like at I guess a cheap price, but it's worth it.
Yeah. All right. Well, so how about we do this? Are we still doing stick fight, Rob? I was wondering if we want to do stick fight while talking.
I have a feeling we'll probably be playing it more than talking.
Yeah.
All right. Or so you want to you go through the topics then beforehand, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you have more to say on K9 aversion?
Other that she's a crackpot, that's a hypocrite because she had. Oh no, actually, I don't know if I think I did post on Discord and Twitter, because there's with how much she wants to shit talk freaking dogs and cats. She had ads for cat food and dog food on her fucking videos.
Huh.
Which is funny.
Wait, she has ads?
She has ads on her videos.
So, how large is her channel?
Not very large.
Wait, what?
Well,
Hold on.
large enough to be monetized. So at least 1,000.
Let me double
Right?
check.
Let me just see. King
While you guys do that, I'm gonna go grab something real fast.
version. How do you spell? Okay, hold up. I think I can find it on Discord. Found it. Anyways, Rob, I don't know. You think you're gonna get to getting to watch the rest of Attack on Titan?
I probably will.
Definitely do. Like honestly, like this like weekly like episode release. Even though I've already read the manga and I know it's happening, it's definitely like exciting to see what happens next. Honestly, like in Attack on Titan, and I will say definitely a lot of stuff is gonna happen. Like I'd say like soon in season 4. Plus, I also do kind of like want to get into the topic of like I don't know, like if like I'll just say like honestly like if CG, because there's a bit of CG, well actually quite a lot of CG that's used honestly in the action scenes for season 4. Honestly, just kind of see if like that bothers you, if that like honestly to have that talk. I'd say it's kind of like the One Punch Man thing, although not exactly because like it was mostly the time constraints in this case. Since the studio that took over for season 4 is actually like really capable, like of doing like a lot of good animation. They're not JC staff. Sorry. No, not to throw too much shade at JC staff. What is going on?
All right. So, did you guys see I posted it. I think I just posted an admin chat about Playmate Tessie.
I don't know anything about that. Didn't even have time to like.
I was. Let's just say I was really angry in admin chat this morning, and to where Sage happened to be listening to my frustration or reading my frustration, because I did say that I'll quote myself I'll paraphrase myself, but bitch needs a cunt punt. She needs to be punted. Fucking Christ.
What did she do? Did she throw her cat or something like that?
Yeah, she did. That was one of the things she did.
She definitely, I don't know if I can mention her name, but yeah, I think you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like Rob's description of it, though. Playmate Tessie alinitied her cat.
So you can say her name.
Oh, so
well, because the title of the video that I linked to them was called like Playmate Tessie does an infinity or alinity. But
Oh, so
have you seen the video, Rob?
From Tipster?
No, well, yeah, Tipster.
I've seen,
yeah.
seen it, and the Playmate Tessie is a fucking idiot.
I was telling Vegan that I paraphrased myself by saying what I said in admin chat, where I said, "Bitch needs a cunt punt." She needs to be punted.
Jesus, Sage has like been posting like a lot of stuff on the video section, on the video channel.
Say, our server is Sage's domain.
Literally.
But
yeah, I hardly do anything for it. Sage is the one that does everything.
So I guess
Yeah.
so backstory for a second. So in case people don't remember, Playmate Tessie is the obnoxious and, hate to be cruel, half
Batch.
I hate half-heartedly hate to be cruel, though.
I'm famous,
sense,
Batch.
I really don't fucking care, especially with that fucking voice.
Oh my god, you're wag. You have to wear a wag.
I hate people with that freaking voice.
I mean, the one thing that I won't do to people, I will not criticize their appearance or things like they cannot control. But what the fuck with like, oh my god, Batch. Reminds me of the dude that's did the what's his name? The one that did Shoes, the viral video Shoes.
Oh gosh.
Do you know what I'm talking about? At least
I know what you're talking about.
It's OG YouTube.
It's that shoe song crap.
Yeah. Shadows. Batch.
Hey, remember I there in one point I was trying to make fun of that stupid voice, and I just hate myself for doing it.
It's like worse than Valley Girl. It's worse than Valley Girl. But this is a bitch. Sorry, I mean, no, this is a bitch that fucking went out on Meagle to talk to people and then criticized and berated a girl that allegedly had cancer.
But actually, let me add on to that because again, at this point, I don't give a fuck because of that stupid voice. A talentless bitch.
Yeah.
Who wants to claim like I'm so talented? I fucking hate myself.
I'm so famous. Like, you know, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to out myself, and I'm not going to do that. Plus, you already know who I am. Oh my god, I can do her voice so well.
You gotta love how the
just don't. Sorry.
You gotta love just the sheer ignorance of this individual. Like, oh, you know me. I'm like, we don't fucking know you. I mean, we nobody would have known you if you didn't do this shit.
That's some hardcore narcissism. Worse.
Well, I don't know what her stats are regarding like her OnlyFans and shit. I'm assuming that YouTube is probably a lesser platform, but regardless, it doesn't matter. She's still not famous. Like, well, I think her channel had like not even 9,000 subscribers, and she has that attitude. Like, really?
At this point, the only people that are actually going to watch her are, and again, probably because the OnlyFans, is more likely the little boys that have never had a chance to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I see this individual and see her personality, and no offense, I would not touch her with a 39.5 foot pole.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
You need one.
You got the reference. You got the reference.
Wildly insane.
Oh, damn, that leads into our other topic.
Wait, what?
Hold up. Wait.
Dr. Seuss?
Oh, shit. Yeah,
Dr.
that's right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, but yeah.
But let's hold on. Before we get back to Dr. Seuss, let's.
I was gonna say let's finish the
finish the verbal cunt punting.
Yeah. So this dumb individual, which by the way, I can't stress this enough. As much as we're shitting on this individual, do not send them hate.
Yeah, that should go without saying.
At this point, we're calling them a shitty person because let's face it, with the way they act, and the way they treat an individual, regardless of whether or not that person had cancer, she showed herself to be a shitty person, and we're calling her out for what she is.
And to add more context for just in case people happen to watch this and didn't hear the whole story, like, okay, so not only did she berate somebody, I'm going to say if you have cancer and all your wags.
Yeah, she tried threatening the person, oh gosh, what was it? Her, fuck, I'm having a brain fart.
Not very updated on the situation. Her family?
No, she tried to claim that she was going to sue the cancer patient for everything that she has, including any money that she was getting from
the state.
Not the state.
From that, because no,
the charity. I can't remember the charity's name right now.
Okay.
Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish. There we go.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation.
But not only did she do that, she also apparently was sleeping on stream. And in the background, you could hear her father and her younger sister arguing.
That should have been private.
That should have been private. It was pretty loud. I mean, you couldn't really hear anything the little sister was saying, but you could hear the dad pretty clearly.
Yeah.
And then people watching ended up finding out where her dad worked and called his work and ended up getting him fired.
No,
because they showed the supervisor the video of his daughter making fun of the cancer patient.
Which I think we should add to context too, because when we last talked about this, I had to add this little context because apparently after a few people did some digging, because to some extent Playmate Tessie was trying to claim, oh, he's not working right now. It turns out, no. I mean, at one point he had another job at a security firm, but apparently he's published. He's written a few books, and a lot of people were speculating that if anything, if what the job he was referring to was his publication, which honestly. So if anything, I would understand how upset he would be, especially with people trying to contact the publication company that basically has pushed out his books.
Yeah, it'd be pretty.
And so he, got screwed over, and he calls his daughter, whose name isn't actually Tessie. It's like Maya or something like that, or Mia.
Yep.
Maya. But he calls her and she puts it on the speakerphone, and he's saying that she needs to get the hell out of his house, like that he's so angry because of all this and that she needs to go. And she's like, I can't. And then she starts saying, well, I was sleeping. How was I supposed to know? I was sleeping, and I don't have Wi-Fi. I can't do anything because I don't have Wi-Fi.
Okay,
it's the second to turn off the camera.
I've ranted about this in the last time we talked about this. I'm going to rant about it again.
Well, this is. I mean, I had to rewatch the VOD of our podcast to know what you're talking about because I was too busy killing things.
I mean, how lazy is it? Like, really? Like, how lazy is it for a live stream? Like when I go onto live stream, I'm not going on there to watch somebody sleep. If anything, that feels dirty. Just like doing that, like watching somebody sleep. It feels creepy.
I get that. I mean, I guess I don't see a huge issue with it. I think it's kind of tacky, but I don't see lazy. A huge issue with it. But yeah, I mean, I don't see the appeal myself. I'll just put it that way.
Same here. My like I said, it's like just looking at that and like seeing people actually watch that. I'm just like, you guys are fucking creepy. And like it makes me wonder, like, what would you guys do if you had the chance to be in the same vicinity as her while she was sleeping?
Okay, but this isn't about them. It's about her.
I just got into a dark place, but it's like you gotta understand my thought process on that, because it's so lazy and so fucking creepy. I don't get why people Like certain people think that that's okay to like a good content to fucking go to sleep. I mean, at some points there. I mean, granted, there's some people that do it for so long they accidentally fall asleep in the middle of the stream. That's understandable. But for somebody to just flat out, oh, I'm just gonna go to sleep, and that was the intent of the content. That's just so fucking lazy.
I mean, the other way around isn't so bad. Like the fact, like listening to somebody and falling asleep to it, but it shouldn't be the creator themselves that is not even creating. They're just there.
Though, to be fair, her content isn't that great, anyways. I mean, with just the basic stuff, and with her like about for an hour and 30 minutes, like telling people to shut up. I'm so talented. Fucking hell.
I honestly, she's the type of girl on my age that she's the type of girl that honestly I hate that like is around my age. Well, or actually, how old is she?
18.
Oh, fuck.
By the way, we're probably gonna get hey for you're making fun of somebody who's 18. I'm like, well, more likely she's
no. I don't think we'll be getting hate for that. Don't even no. I don't think people are gonna hate us for that.
Especially since it's the 18-year-old that's actually making fun of another 18-year-old for just being plain fucking stupid.
She's an adult, therefore she should handle herself like an adult.
Yeah.
Yep. And even then, you guys aren't the ones saying
child. So there should be no reason to have any hate directed our way. I mean, like, not only so this suck salad just keeps getting worse. So, while her dad's trying to kick her out of the house, she calls the fucking police and says that he's gonna harm her.
When that was not even in the conversation.
Yeah, and then she's like, I'm so scared of him, and that he's so violent, and he has tons of weapons in the house. He has tons of guns. I don't know what to do. When all he said was just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't know what the intention was for that. I mean, I know that she does try to troll, but I don't know if that was the case in this instance. So,
which I'm surprised she didn't go to jail, because last time I checked, in some states that's a making a false police report is a felony.
That's what Jessica and Eve got into trouble for recently.
Mm-hmm.
For calling the police.
Oh my god, that's right. She can't
30 times
Jessica
in 3 weeks.
What did some of the reporters show up again to try to ask them questions?
No, it was like for non-essential things like getting out of the bathtub.
Fuck's sake.
The fuck?
And so now they're not allowed to call that number again because they abuse the system so much.
Well, I'd say that's honestly, she's he or whatever the frick honestly wants to be called screwed himself.
Safe with just going as Yaniv. Last name's probably the safer route. Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him Heek since that's technically.
But
screw it.
So, Playmate Tessie, she leaves the house. She manages to get a hotel room. Her dad calls her again. She kept holding her phone and putting it up towards the camera and panning it away. Which I don't know if she was trying to do that intentionally or trying to think that like maybe the people watching and listening in can't hear him, but he's like, you're dead to me. I want nothing to do with you. You are a selfish, narcissistic brat. I don't know why you call yourself Playmate Tessie. Your name's not even Tessie. And like her dad had to make a response video because she threatened him, saying like that she was gonna ruin him and shit. And she made videos saying like, my dad canceled my insurance. Well, no shit. Why? I mean, he just said you were dead to him. Why would he still pay for that shit?
Especially since she was the one that caused a lot of crap. Like, honestly, like, she deserves every bit of it. And if honestly, probably even worse. You probably deserve even worse than that.
But not only that, what she did recently with her cat.
Oh, wait. If I can add, because let's face it, when you do something wrong, you think that the reasonable thing would apologize, right?
Yeah.
What did this person do? Well, far from that. They went ahead and He said, "Oh, I'll apologize, but it's not going to be sincere."
Yeah.
Well, then why the fuck are you apologizing?
If you guys want me to do it, I'll do it. But I mean, I'm gonna be faking it,
and then playing it off as an act. Like it's no big deal that she made fun of somebody who, regardless of whether or not it was true, made fun of a cancer patient.
Didn't they? It wasn't like in their description or something, or it said like they were trolling, or that they're a troll.
I don't fuck it. I mean, honestly,
I honestly hate it when people like honestly go like just use that excuse to like cop out like on or not have to face any backlash for any of their actions. So honestly, why I even hate.
Def Noodles is kind of a culprit of that, though.
Yeah,
he'll talk shit, and then if he like and calling other creators fascists and Nazis and oppressive, people like Augie RFC and Nicholas Diorio and all them, and when he gets any sort of criticism, there was a person that made a video on him that he like flipped out over. The kid only had like not even like 1,000 subscribers at the time, and he kind of flipped out over it and like was being passive aggressive, like hater is admits to like being like madly in love with me or some dumb fucking title. But whenever anyone would criticize him, his defense is always that, oh, it's satire. Oh, I'm playing a character. Which is no different, really, to me, in my eyes, than like kind of trolling in a way.
It kind of, it's funny that I'm using him as an example, but it's kind of like what Onision would do with a lot of his shit when he would get backlash for something. Like, perfect example, the video. And I will never let this go, where he found killing a baby funny. And when he was questioned about it, his same old tired line is, "Oh, it's comedy. I find it funny." And I will add to that, people were asking, "Okay, so what's the point of the joke? Is it because you like to kill children, or is it what was the point of the joke of that video?" Because if anything, it was horrible.
It was shock humor. By definition, it was shock humor.
But I will, and to add to that, I mean, if you look at Onision's videos in general, the only theme of any of his content was either sexual abuse or death.
Yeah. I just don't like the whole argument of like it's comedy or it's satire. Yeah, sometimes it is comedy, but any criticism lobbied at you should not just automatically be deflected by, "Oh, I'm just being a character. It's satire." Like, no, you're using that as an excuse so you can't personally feel like you're being criticized for who you are personally rather than a character that you came up with. And like, because I thought somebody had said before that like Playmate Tessie's description or something along those lines. Sorry, I did not look into this much further, but saying like that she's a troll. Regardless, that her act. She may say that, but her actions speak something else or say something else. Like, was she trolling when she threw her cat because it got its claws stuck on a piece of clothing of hers? Was it trolling when she threw her cat out on the balcony because she didn't want it? And she was even saying like, "Oh yeah, if it jumped off the balcony, then like that'd be great." And like, if anyone tried to bring it back to me, I would say that for them to take it. Like, you think I can leave it out there? Like, oh, it'll be fine if they like put their litter box out there. I just don't want them in here. Why fucking get a cat if you don't want to take care of it?
You forgot the part where the cat went missing in.
Oh yeah, I was getting there.
Yeah,
I was getting there.
Which I'm gonna say that between where she was actually, and not only that, but trying to pan the cat off to her audience, like, "Hey, do you know anyone that would want this cat?" And it's like, why did you?
She freaked out because she lost her cat, and then turns out it was in a drawer.
Which that actually begs the question: how the fuck did the cat get in the drawer?
I will say though, there has been one time where I accidentally left Ash in the laundry room closet, but because I was opening the doors, I didn't turn the light on in there or anything like that, and so she wandered in. And I could not find her, and I shut the door and didn't see that she walked in. She's so tiny, but I could not find her anywhere, and I was freaking out. But it turns out I left her in there, but it wasn't a long time. It was only maybe a few minutes, but like that was more innocent in comparison to what she was displaying.
Yeah.
And the cat did not seem thrilled to be near her.
No, it looked, I mean,
it was kind of like growling a little bit.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit like in distress. Like there's clearly something going on with that cat.
But to say like, oh, if it jumps off a balcony, then, like, it's not my responsibility anymore kind of thing. But I was so angry when I saw Tipster's video. Like, that's disgusting.
Yep.
I don't know, like, if she's had that cat for a while, or I hate to think that she got a cat for her, to show off on stream, and then when it was no longer useful to her, she'd get rid of it. Like, I don't know too much into her, but just based on that alone, no. Like, that, no.
Her behavior is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll probably get one detractor saying, "Oh, you wouldn't understand." I'm like, well, I doubt that. Yeah. Well, either way, let's face it. There are fans of her, and I'm sure if somebody saw this, they'd probably would say it. But to kind of rebuttal that, in case you guys didn't see the video, earlier in the podcast, I have 2 Chihuahuas, and periodically, watch my other 3 that are on my wife's side, or that, my wife has. So I myself also have had cats. At this point, it's a matter of, caring for the animal and treating it right. Clearly, this individual doesn't know what the fuck they're doing and doesn't have the, the mental fortitude to actually take care of an animal, let alone her own self.
Like, I know,
like,
I'm getting Ash. Huh? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry for sounding like I'm a dick, but at the same time, it's like,
no, fuck that. This, I really don't. With regards to her, I don't fucking care. Like, I appreciate that you're trying to be, kind of respectful, but no, fuck that. Like, this bitch does not deserve that.
Okay, then.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead and say what you want to say. At this point, because at this point, it's the thing that gets me, because especially since, I've been around with small animals for the past, holy shit. I want to say, well, it wasn't until California where I finally got like small animals. So like, dogs, like Chihuahuas. I didn't have Chihuahuas before till I moved to, before I moved to California. But ever since I did, I've grown attached to my animals. I take care of them. I make sure that they're fed, watered, that they go outside. I make sure that, they are fully taken care of. And to see, the shit that this person does, or Alinity, or many other people, it's disgraceful. And I question the fact, actually a good example. Vegan's gonna hate. She makes Alinity look like a saint.
Vegan's gonna hate me for mentioning this. It's like what happened.
I'm gonna hate you if you don't.
It's like what Vegan Gains did to the to his dog.
Wait, what did he do to his dog?
So at one point, Vegan Gains got a dog, and it was a Czechoslovakian wolf dog, which is a particular dog that was bred with Carpathian wolves, and their diet is high on meat. And Vegan Gains decided to try to make the dog into a vegan dog, which did not go well. The dog became it was malnourished. It wasn't able to keep down a lot of the food that they were trying to give it. And when all else was going wrong, and they were pretty much given no choice to give the dog what it actually needs, Vegan Gains then proceeded to try to blame the breeder for his piss poor treatment of the animal.
Wow.
Because, especially since the breeder, worried that this could be possible animal abuse, was demanding that they give back the dog. And Vegan Gains,
did he?
No, he tried to shame her for trying to make a quick profit off the dog. And again, this is coming from the guy that did who tried to record his the death of his one of his family members while the person was having a heart attack.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. That actually happened. And he
I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just stunned.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
But yeah, when it comes down to animals, and this is why I think this is why one of the reasons I go so hard on friggin' people like Canine Aversion or I Hate Dogs is at this point, when it comes down to the particular animals that you talk about, you need to have a certain brand of knowledge. And clearly, people like Canine Aversion or Alinity don't know what the fuck they're doing or saying.
Yeah.
But
it's just disappointing.
Yeah. And I think you said it best. She makes Alinity look like a saint.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm just shocked that she still has a platform.
Who, Alinity or Playmate Tessie?
Both.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I like Alinity comes across her channel. Hey, can we copy strike Novakast?
Oh, Jesus Christ. We just got an ad for this podcast and it's Rob's birthday. Have some compassion. People who may fuck with us in the future. Or people who may like us. If so, welcome.
Who am I kidding? Alinity. People like Alinity don't have a heart.
I mean, I don't know if I go that far, but I mean, it's hard to fix stupid. So Mel wants to know if she can come on and talk about alternative vlogs.
Sure. Because I might actually kind of curious if the one I found was the same one that she was talking about.
Okay.
But actually, before we do, we need to finish talking about the whole.
Yeah.
Because and the reason we're making the joke about Playmate Tessie, kind of comparing Playmate Tessie to Alinity, because apparently it was uncovered that there was a video clip of
I did, Sage.
Of Playmate Tessie grabbing her cat and literally like very aggressively tossing her cat out of the way.
Yep. And to
He's
where the cat
expressive.
even went meow.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like the video itself. It looks painful. What happened to that cat?
I hope it's true that they say that cat always lands on their feet.
I mean, the cat seemed to land fine. It was just, ugh.
But
Hey,
actually,
speaking of kitty, hey, Kit Kat.
did you guys see the video of like Alinity's cat getting payback?
No, not yet, but I've heard of it. I heard about it.
Oh, it was great. I'm watching this. I just went full on laughing. She's doing this singing thing for one of her streams. The cat pops up and bites the back of her arm.
Yeah, Ash does that sometimes too. She's been doing it lately, like been so demanding to like play with her, even though I play with her like constantly. And she'll like if I sing or something like that, or if I cough or whatever, she'll like chirp or meow back. But there have been a couple times if I was singing, she would try to go grab my leg, and I'm insulted.
I'm
so
eating
she hates my singing that much that she has to go and attack me.
I'm eating a nice vegan burger, of course, right now.
Awesome.
How dare you?
Also, and
gross.
then there's also the video of apparently Alinity's dog jumping on top of her.
Oh, that's an old one, though.
No.
That's like almost 2 years old, I think, by now. I think that happened in like 2019.
Really?
Unless it happened more recently.
I think it happened recently.
With Alinity?
Well,
Yep.
I thought she honestly would stop that because honestly, she kind of complained about the amount of harassment she constantly got from fans.
yeah. Just like, when it comes to people, certain people and pets, like some people just should not have pets. Like before we adopted Ash, like it wasn't a spur of the moment decision. Like I had been doing a lot of research, and because I had never, owned a cat, or at least adopted a cat. I haven't adopted any pet from a shelter. I always got my dogs from a breeder, but not only did I get a cat this time around, I also got a shelter cat, and it like. At first, it was kind of overwhelming because I just hadn't had a pet in so long, so I wasn't used to it. But like, it takes work to take care of a pet, and I just feel like that because of how lazy Tessie is. Like, I just feel bad for the cat. That's all. Like, I hope that cat has found a better home.
Yeah. It's like kind of like the same reason that like just some people just shouldn't have children, like honestly, because they're just not big for it. I honestly wish. Yeah.
I agree.
Who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows what'll happen to the cat? Hope it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I at least hope.
I mean, I wasn't really following too much into this whole thing. Like I didn't even know about it until Rob brought it up. But then I just recently subscribed to Tipster. Because of the whole John Swan bullshit. Did you guys happen to hear the calls that leaked?
I didn't. Unless you can maybe I don't know, put the calls on stream, or can you?
I can.
Okay.
But do you know? Okay, so you know about the John Swan situation, right, Vegan, or no?
No. Sadly, I didn't have time to look up the situation. Sadly, so I apologize.
Okay, that's all right. So this started a couple of weeks ago. Dream posted on a subreddit about John Swan. We only had 20 upvotes at the time, and it was saying oh, John Swan's a bad guy. He impersonated me on Discord. He said, something sexual to my fans, and that he's just an all-around bad dude. John Swan being the guy that's known for doing the pieces on Chris Hansen and Susie Liu. Considered very, credible in the commentary community. He tweeted out what the subreddit or Dream put in the subreddit, and said Dream's trying to slander him. And then there's like this whole thing like, yeah, I interviewed Dream for a Minecraft documentary and working on this video with another creator. And that it seems like they just don't want my video to come out or something along those lines. And so, you know, since he is always considered very credible in the community, you had people like Nicholas Diorio, Augie RFC, Optimus, Boblax, all defending John Swan. A lot of people were. Cavos, and Dream even did it like interviews with Cavos and like Keemstar, and you know, a lot of people were on John Swan's side of this whole thing. Turns out John Swan lied. And he never stopped anybody because there was like infighting amongst friends, like Nicholas Diorio and Tommy C got into it. And John just sat there and watched. And what's even worse is that he made, it's now like 18-page Google Doc, like trying to break down all of Dream's arguments and try to debunk them when it was all false. Like, John really did try to troll somebody and make a fake Dream account. John did all these things. He let people see people fighting and arguing amongst each other over him. And turns out it was all bullshit. John lied.
Very shitty thing to do.
And then the phone calls between him and Nicholas Yorio, came out. And what little respect that I had for John Swan, like, it's gone. Because he is not remorseful at all. He had not planned, he wanted it to be swept under the rug and not talked about, and hoping that people would forget about it and he wouldn't have to address anything. He only admitted to it when it went public. He didn't admit to it because he realized what he thought or, what he did was wrong. He only did it when he realized that it went public. Let me go and find there's two recordings, but actually, and Mel, I haven't forgot about you either. We just kind of wanted to get to these topics first. Let's see here. First one was released by Willie Mac Show. Hold on. Let's see here. Trying to do more than one thing at once makes it hard for me because I can't multitask. Okay. Rob, are you there? Share my screen, please. He's muted himself. And so is Vegan. Oh, yay. This is my show now. All mine. Okay. Let me know if you guys can't hear it. Wait, Vegan, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I was just trying not to choke on like what I was eating. I don't know why I'm having a difficult time swallowing.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to that. But here is Willie Mac's video from the other day. If you need me to pause, let me know.
Fallout is here. John Swan has left the internet, and I think it's important to reflect on the impact this drama had. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a full video exposing John Swan as a liar, manipulator, and prove that he has a history of doing it. On Twitter, if there's one thing you probably noticed, it's that a lot of people were more hurt than mad, especially people who were close to John. Boblax, a creator who has autism and educates people, was used by John to validate his lie about his autistic 12-year-old family friend hacking his Discord. Boblax, after finding out John lied, tweeted, "Here's another thing that bothers me about the John Swan stuff that is specific to me. John talked with me in depth explaining how the 12-year-old using his Discord account account was autistic and exploited my knowledge of autism to craft a false narrative. I hate that I was used for that. He was saying stuff like, that's what an autistic person would do, right? They know a lot about technology, but not social stuff. I like how John's big scheme revolves around selling his fake
All right, for context, wait, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Oh, John Swan had claimed that a 12-year-old family friend that he was visiting happened to want to know about YouTube. And so he logged on into his Discord account on the kid's computer, showing him a few things, and that kid decided to fuck with Dream fans, or one person in particular, when there was no 12-year-old. It was John. But he just kept saying that it was somebody else passing the buck. And in these calls, he even continues to lie. Oh, it's frustrating. Because he even tried to insinuate that, like, Primink was spreading shit about him. And so, yeah. Oh, come on, you.
autistic family friend as Rain Man. Augie tweeted, how do you
Why does it do that? Hold on.
tweet stuff like this knowing you lied and weaponized all your friends? The dumbest lie ever told that's now snowballed into a complete backstab. Unbelievable. You let Cordwit receive death threats over a lie he could have resolved at any point. Cordwit has since left the internet. The reason these people are so upset isn't just because John lied. It's because we all heard a Discord call where Nick Mysterio confronted John on the lie, and the severe lack of empathy from John is something you really have to hear to believe. After my first video, Nick did give me permission to leak this. I think he just wants to get away from the whole thing. In an attempt to do this as efficiently as possible, I've decided to relinquish anything I have to some people I'm cool with and allow them to use their judgment / have access to me for any reason they need. Other than that, I got you guys your confession. I'd like to be done. So thank you, Nick, for everything you've done. I probably won't interrupt too much. I think it's better if I just let John speak for himself. But I will set the scene. At this point, Nick, everybody really besides John, has heard about the leaked DM from over a year ago where he admits to trolling Dream. This is Nick confronting him.
Hello.
Hello.
Right.
I returned.
All right. I'm not mad at you. I just want you to, like, 100% assure me that there's no possible way, there's no mix-up that could have happened. Like, there's no way that you could possibly be not telling me the entire truth.
No, there's no way.
There's no way that you could have, like, it doesn't add up, dude. I can't tell you what I know, because it's just like, I don't think the person's going to release it. And it's just like, oh, this is so fucked.
The person he's referring to is the right opinion.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
That John Swan had told the right opinion that in a WhatsApp conversation that he had trolled Dream, that it was him. And Nick, or just to kind of give spoiler alert if you don't know already, but obviously it went public, but John was still trying to lie to Nick by saying that, oh, well, you know, it's not about like how far it spread, but who spread it or who started it. And if the person is not going to release the screenshots, then I'm in the clear.
What?
He was banking on the right opinion not to release any screenshots between the two of them that would out him as a liar.
Well, that didn't work.
No, it did not. And he was even trying to throw other people under the bus, saying like, oh, well, this person talks shit. Like, still trying to perpetuate the lie.
Apparently there's like a lot of people who know now, and I just got told tonight, and it's like, I really can't give you any information on it, because I don't want you to just go and message them.
I'm not going to do that, but I have a feeling...
So then who is it?
Who it is.
You gotta like how Nick's telling him, you're caught, it's over, you're caught, and he's still trying to worm out of it.
I have been hit up recently
by
someone that I
This totally adds up to what I'm going to say, yeah. Okay, keep going.
About Primmick.
Okay. What about Primmick?
I heard that Primmick's been saying some shit behind the scenes about.
But do you know what Primmick has been saying about you?
I don't.
All right, that's the problem.
But
Because
I know
like
he has
Primmick's
been.
not the head.
Okay, I had to pause because it's like, let's say that Nick didn't know that John lied. How far would John take this? Because it sounds like he would have, if Nick didn't know anything, he probably was going to try to pass the buck on to Primmick and say that, oh, this person, is trying to discredit me.
Yeah.
Because this person he added fuel to the fire for those that do not like the commentary community. He made the commentary community as a whole look bad. And we are part of that community.
Yep.
Do I think that he is absolute scum of the earth and that he, will never be able to make it again on YouTube or do as well? No, I think that with the nature of the internet and everything, things tend to kind of come and go pretty quickly. But that doesn't change the fact that people are going to be a lot more reticent to want to interact with him, because if he can lie about this, then what else has he lied about?
Yeah, exactly.
And I hate that. I hate that it's come to that.
I think, and plus, if anything, it unfortunately gives credit, gives legitimacy to what Chris Hansen's trying to pitch about the commentary community too.
Exactly. It's just, I wouldn't say legitimacy, but I guess legitimacy would be an okay way of phrasing that. And then, Susie Liu contacting Chris Hansen. And then Susie Liu saying like, oh, thank you for those who apologized to me. Like, I'm so glad that people know the truth about John Swan and everything. It's like, no. That's not how that works. Like, just because he lied about this instance does not mean that he lied about you or lied about Chris.
That's like I hate using him as an example again, but it's like in another situation where where Refsion apologized for one thing, and I think that was about I guess some things he said
about Greg and vegetarianism.
Yeah, I thought it was something else, but anyways, he apologized for one thing, and Onision thought, okay, I'm just gonna hold this over your head and just make that seem like, oh, you're sorry for everything. It's like, no, he's apologizing for that one thing. That doesn't, just because he's apologizing for that one thing doesn't mean he's apologizing for everything he said.
Yeah, I mean, it does call into question like some of the stuff that maybe he's mentioned in his like Chris Hansen videos, like, but overall, I mean, he wasn't the one that really broke the story about Chris Hansen or Susie Liu. He's just the one that got the most notoriety from it. But in this case, like, because those videos that he did were really good, like very well done, high production value, but because of how far he's willing to take this with his people that you would assume that he's like close with or friends with, like it really does call into question like his like who this person really is, because he was always known, like people always considered him to be like the very clean, commentator, very innocent, very credible, but now he's gone. He deleted his Twitter, or he deactivated his Twitter and everything.
Really?
But
damn.
Well, he was just hoping everything would be swept under the rug. He figured that people would just let it go, think that Dream was the one that's just talking shit and, trying to start unnecessary drama. But no, Dream knew about the whole thing before confronting him. And he gave John a chance to come clean about it. Otherwise, he said he'd go public. John refused to come clean, so he went public, and that's why he ended up doing the live stream. So there's a lot more context behind all of that. Do I think that he should have done that live stream? No. I think it just seemed kind of like a shitty thing to do, but at the same time, it's almost kind of like thankful because then it kind of exposed a shitty person at the end of this. But let's move forward.
Ahead of anything. I know Primic knows, but he's not like leading anything. It's just like there's no way. Like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. I just expect it to like. At this point, I think I've interacted with you enough that like if this were to be the case, you would tell me. So it'd be like really fucked if that's not the case. Like absolutely totally fucked if it turned out to not be that like the way that I assumed.
Yeah.
There's no way that you and Cobra were just fucking around with Harley or whatever, and then you didn't expect Dream to respond, and you just like you made up something on the spot or whatever, and then you just like you weren't expecting it to ever come back up again, and it came back up again, and it was just a big shit show, and you just tried to bury it, and then it got bigger, and then you just fucking made a document. There's no way that's what happened.
That is exactly what happened.
I'm trying really hard here because Nick.
So confident sounding too. Or arrogant.
Dude, I'm not gonna go make a fucking video on you. Okay, I'm just asking because I want to know. Because like I feel like I already know the answer, so it's like really like there's no reason to lie to me.
If you know
John's
the
still
answer,
not
then you
saying
know the
anything.
answer.
So you did it,
That's what I'm gonna say. I
John. Come on, I'm not.
So
I'm not-
hold
I
on.
don't know, who knows?
So he
This
that's not the best way to go about that. Like,
Okay, elaborate.
I don't think that's not a very mature way to say that he did it. Where
You know the answer, you know the answer.
yeah, it's like either yes or no. Did you do it or did you not do it? Not like beat around the bush to make it seem like, oh, it was somebody else doing it. It's like no.
I honestly think that it's like legalese, like because he's not not explicitly saying yes or no. Like, because I have a feeling that he knows that Nick was recording him or recording the call, so he didn't want to be like outed. So by saying, "Well, if you know the answer, you know the answer."
I'm like I'm at a loss for words because
Trust me, it gets worse.
Because in a way it's like he should have known that the dude was going to probably record the call, and two, more likely, especially when it comes down to like something that's screwed up as what he did, people are going to be persistent on that when asking him that question. So it's like I think in my case it's like just be an adult, and if you did something wrong, then actually admit to it. And again, it just goes back to the whole, it's a simple yes or no. Did you do it or did you not do it?
Yeah, exactly. And then in this video, Willie Mack goes over an instance that took place a few months back of a younger content creator called Pieman, who was, I believe, like 15. And I guess he was talking to John in DMs, the kid had said something along the lines like, being attracted to a 12-year-old. And he's like, I'm not a pedo, but it just makes me feel weird that I'm attracted to a 12-year-old. And John basically blew that up and was basically saying, like, you need to get off the internet, you need therapy, like, there's no hope for you, like, insinuating that he's a pedophile. Mind you, the kid's 15. The girl he has a crush on is 12. They're both children. So how is he a pedophile? And when faced with that whole thing, John still refused to admit that he was wrong.
Jesus
because
Christ.
the kid was so upset that he, had said that he was thinking about killing himself.
Fuck.
And John accused the kid of suicide baiting because he didn't do it, so he was probably just doing it to try to make him feel bad. And
Good
he
Lord.
wouldn't apologize either for it. He just said, well, I guess we're just, we hash things out, and there's some things that we're just going to have to agree to disagree on. Like, that's not an apology.
No, it's not.
Hell no.
You
Sorry
fucking
for being good.
you fucking accuse the kid of being a pedophile when he's a child. He's 15.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It irritates me when people do shit like that. Like, Trisha Paytas also irritates me when she does that. Like, or she says that James Charles is grooming Charlie D'Amelio, even though James is gay.
What?
She says that James Charles is grooming Charlie D'Amelio because he's 21 and she's 16. But she's using the term grooming incorrectly, because grooming is implying, like, making them more receptive to sex once they become an adult. James is gay.
Yeah.
That's not grooming. It might be a little strange to, hang somebody, like, having somebody that's a lot younger than you, but then again, like, I can't condemn that by any means. Like, why would I? Like, I'm almost twice Vegan's age.
Yeah.
Two
Sorry,
out of three of us are at least in the 30s, and life is sucking for us much more. But
Yeah. By the way, my mic is right. My headphones just died, so I guess it'll have to be like this for a bit. Is everything still fine on my end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But all right.
Motherfucker's psycho, dude. I mean, you could hear the smile on his face.
If you know the answer, you know the answer. That's all.
Are you like the slightest bit worried?
No, not really.
What a
Do you
smug
think I'm being
bastard.
irrational right now?
No, I don't think you are. I think you're justifiably concerned
John,
and skeptical.
you're like, I'm really trying to tiptoe here. I have talked to everybody. I've talked to every single person involved in the entire thing now. Like, all of the people, not like Harley and Cobra. Like, I know, like, I've gone to, like, talk to most of the old NCO people. So, like, I know everything. Like, there's no reason to not just tell me.
If you know, then you know. That's what I'm going to say.
Absolutely no remorse for Dream or anyone else.
What the hell is wrong with him?
Do you not trust me?
It's ego.
Yeah.
Like, it's pure ego. Like, he would rather further perpetuate a lie than admit the truth.
Yeah.
The fact it's more of the fact, to me, it's more the fact that he created an 18-page Google Doc, which is all lies.
Exactly.
Every single one of it was a lie.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to admit it. Like, because he said that, or when he did admit it, he said that, well, I only had 6,000 subs at the time, so it's like I was insignificant, so I didn't think it would get back to Dream. Because him, John, and another guy, Lieutenant Cobra, basically were trolling this kid called Harley TBS, saying, like, or making it a Dream account, but it was actually Cobra that was the fake Dream account. But the thing is that Harley kid ended up DMing Dream on Twitter asking, like, hey, is this you? And that's how he found out. And even though, like, he had 6,000 subs at the time, that doesn't excuse it at all. Like, that's 3 times our, like, just under 3 times the size of our channel.
Yeah.
Like, you still have an influence. People still watch. Like, even if it's small, there's at least one person watching. So it just kind of baffles me that they thought that would be cool. And the thing is like they even renamed one of the accounts Nicholas Diorio.
What?
And then even tried to say, like, to use that as evidence against Dream by saying, like, oh, you know, if this was one of us, like, notice how Nicholas Diorio's last name is misspelled because he always capitalizes the O in his last name or the first O in his last name. And this one, just only the D is capitalized. Hey, Kelly. And using that as, like, you know, evidence to say that Dream was lying. But it was John. It was him lying. They used his name, Nicholas Diorio's name. Like, what the fuck? And these are the people that stood up for you, defended you, almost broke friendships because of you. And do you feel bad whatsoever? No.
No.
These are people that, you know, confided in you and were your friends. Like, I know, like, people like to separate internet friends from real life friends, but to me, that's not really, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't see friends that way. Like, I don't consider you guys internet friends. Yeah, I met you guys through YouTube, but I don't consider you internet friends. I consider you guys friends. And so just the fact that he would be there watching as people fight over this, knowing that they're fighting over a lie. Yeah. Like, that's really, really shitty. And he wasn't upset for what he did. He's upset that he got caught. But this gets worse.
Oh, good Lord.
It's not that I don't trust you. It's that, no, if you know, then you know. That's all I'm going to say. It's nothing to do with not trusting you, though.
That's such a weird answer.
No, it's.
How could it be more complicated, John? I laid out exactly what I think happened.
We're talking about John Swan.
Yes or no?
You are justifiable in believing that's what happened.
You are justified in believing why that's what happened.
That's such a cop out.
Yeah, not even gonna try to like even lie.
That's such a cop out answer. Like, not even admitting it. It's like, oh, if that's what you believe in, like, dude.
Yeah, you're justified in believing that.
And it's like, dude, at this point, it doesn't help when you can't answer the fucking question honestly. If you keep tiptoeing around it, it makes you look more and more guilty.
Mm-hmm.
At least save what little bit of pride you got left and at least answer honestly.
You know, actually, that brings up something else similar when it comes down to drama. You guys remember the whole Anita Sarkeesian thing when she went to VidCon and called Sargon of Akkad a garbage human?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And breaking their terms of service. Now,
not so much. Sorry, I can't remember.
I do.
Okay, so I'm at first. Regardless of how you feel about anybody feels about Sargon of Akkad, one that type of behavior is not okay. But going because there's a reason why I mentioned Anita Sarkeesian, because there was a point in VidCon around that same year where there was a person who asked her, I think it was Joey Salads, that asked her a question, and it was actually an interesting one. I don't know. Actually, it might have been somebody, just a regular audience member. But,
yeah, I don't remember Joey Salads being part of it.
Well, I know. So I think because I remember it was somebody with the same name, basically asking, "Why do you just make it a woman's issue when it comes down to harassment?" But that's not what I wanted to bring up. Is when it comes down to the situation in hand, there was an individual who stood up for the Q&A and basically asked the boldest question to Anita Sarkeesian and the other panelists. And he was basically like, with all the things you preach, and as well as like all the things you say or do you truly believe in what you're actually saying? And instead of saying yes or no, Anita Sarkeesian basically bullied him out of the conference. Telling security, okay, get him out of here. His question's stupid. It's like, it's not stupid. It's an honest yes or no question. And it just makes you look bad if you don't answer.
Binary question. Sorry.
Yeah. But just the mental gymnastics behind this first call. Like, even the second call, he does admit to it, but not really, I guess. The second call makes him look worse.
Yeah.
But come on, you.
Several reasons why.
So then why can't you just tell me what they are?
Good question.
Never has silence felt so loud.
Okay, here's the thing, right? I
Thinking of a
I know
lie.
you talk to people. I know you talk to people. I know, you talk to me about things that other people talk to you about. We share information. This is what happens. It happens all the time. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, sorry, I gotta pause there because he does something that I can't stand when people do. Onision does this a lot,
Yeah.
where they try to sound like they're educating you over something that you did wrong.
Yeah.
Like, because whenever it says, like, here's the thing, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, okay. Like, okay. Like, it just comes across as condescending.
Exactly.
Like, I see why you're mad, but here's the thing. This is what really happened. Like, no. Don't spin this. Just own up. Take fucking accountability. Like you had on your tweet that you titled "Taking Accountability" with that long ass, dumbass apology. It wasn't even an apology. Because it
was him making excuses as to why he didn't. He was innocent.
He didn't want to talk about it because he gets mad at Nick for outing him and tells him to take the tweet down immediately. Like, really? Like, do you think that's going to be any better? Like, I'm just so disappointed. Because he seemed like
he respected him if he just admitted this from the start. I mean, because yeah, sure, a lot of people have made mistakes, honestly, in the past, like, but gotta own up to them, like, honestly, in some way or another.
He's still trying to kind of pull it off, like, oh, there's more to the story. I just can't talk about it.
It's BS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless, let's just say for a second that maybe something did happen behind the scenes you still wouldn't want to act like this. You wouldn't want to react this way. Like, this is not somebody who just did a harmless little prank.
No.
Like, I don't think he necessarily sees what he did was wrong. But because other people find it really scummy, like, I don't know. I read his Twitter apology. Just why? Like, it just bums me out more than anything. And I know, like, I don't feel for. I mean, I feel for the guys that they considered John a friend, and he betrayed their trust and doesn't really seem to be remorseful about it whatsoever. It just shows a different side of John that's just kind of, well, not kind of. It's extremely disappointing to see. Like, he needs to do better.
You are. You're probably gonna go and tell.
No, I'm not. If I'm gonna tell people, if I'm.
It kind of does.
All right. To be fair,
let's not walk around the bush, right? Because you will probably do it, okay? Because we do it all the time.
Okay, sure.
And that is a fair argument, yeah.
It doesn't.
My defense for that is that if I were to tell anybody, I would tell people what I've been already told privately. I probably wouldn't. What you're saying probably isn't going to affect that, but.
Well, I don't think that you. I don't know. Look, There's no problem with you doing that because we all do it, and
Uh-huh.
it's just what happens, and we exchange information. So I'm not going to say anything at this time.
Just a reminder, John did not murder anybody. He was trolling. So it's insane that even right now he's trying to keep up the lie.
If everybody already knows,
I'd
then
rather you
why?
don't.
Do you think they don't
Well, I
have?
don't know
All right,
if
wait.
everybody knows.
You think they don't have you saying it? They do.
And this is where the oh shit moment probably occurs for John.
No, they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
John, it's not on his Twitter account. It's on his WhatsApp.
No, it's not me that sent that. Man.
The kid sent it?
I don't know who that is.
John, this is
I don't know who
crazy.
that was. I don't know who that was.
Why continue the lie?
John,
Right?
I don't know who
You're
was that. I don't know.
There's no.
Dude,
There's.
I don't know who that was. Who was that? I mean, that's crazy, right?
I don't think I would be as patient with this guy. If I
Oh,
found out
Nick
he was
has got the
lying.
patience of a saint.
I would have been like, dude, stop with the bullshit. You're lying to me. You're lying to me now.
I would have flipped. my shit.
I would. I mean, I wouldn't totally flip out, but like, dude, I mean, immediately start cursing, but I'd be like, dude, enough with the bullshit. You're in the wrong. Why can't you just confirm you're in the wrong? There's no evidence of this kid doing what you claim he did. Why are you fucking lying?
Yeah, because there's no kid.
Yeah, like I said, I would have flipped my shit because I honestly hate it when people honestly just do that. Like, where like you're clearly caught. There's no other lie you can really say that is honestly gonna help you because it's already out there.
Yeah.
Like
He
The
was
fuck?
banking on the right opinion, not saying anything.
which by the way was incredibly freaking stupid. Somebody else would have probably already found that out.
Because he wasn't going to say anything because the person that initially, would have started this whole thing, wasn't going to post the screenshots. Like, that just sounds so manipulative. It's like borderline evil. I don't like using or saying like people are evil, but like
It's manipulative.
that's ridiculous. Like, it is. And the thing, what's even worse is because like during all this, like he was even tweeting like, just to show you that I'm uncancelable, and then like has a screenshot of his social blade and that his Twitter followers were going up because of all this.
What a dong.
Like, why? Okay. You're giving people ammo to use against you.
Yeah.
I mean, it would still be kind of cringy if he said it and, like, let's say that he was telling the truth. Like, it would still be a little bit cringy to post that or to tweet that at least. Or, in my opinion. But, like, why lie at this point? Nick knows, but I feel like that John is trying to not incriminate himself. Because I have a feeling he knows that he's being recorded. I don't know if it was said or if he knew that he was being recorded, but because I guess Tommy C was the one that suggested in Nick to record it just to protect himself.
Well,
And
yeah,
Tommy was one of the few people right from the get-go that did not believe John's story.
Yeah.
and also probably because I can see that really going down south of like honestly him possibly just making up another lie.
Mm-hmm.
oh, God, this is super fucked. Why couldn't you just tell me not to make the video? That's all I want to know. Why wouldn't you tell me
Right.
that I'm putting myself in a really stupid position and just to stay the fuck out of it? Why couldn't you just do that, dude?
Just gonna add context here. I believe Nick is now talking about a private live stream where he defended John.
Because it goes a little bit.
How deep is this, dude? Is this like, are we entering like a satanic cult, dude? Like, are we going like to fucking Comet Ping Pong with this? Like, what is this? Is there like a pedophile ring I don't know about?
No, it's not.
Is somebody like out to get you?
No, it's nothing to do with that.
It sounds so.
definitely
He sounds like he's trying to come up with something. Like, no,
Wait,
it's not
hold on. Are you worried that
that.
people are going to use this in the future, or
No,
are
I
you
don't think I
worried
can
that
get away with
people are
saying
gonna
this.
disprove you publicly? Like, are you worried that this is going to come back to bite you, or are you worried that this happened?
No. Both.
So it happened. Oh,
What do you
fuck,
mean?
dude. Why can't you just answer me straight up? All right. Well, if you're not going to answer me yet, we don't have to talk anymore.
Yeah,
You were pretty easy to say no until
aware
right
of the
now, by the way. I
messages.
just want you to let you know. Like, you've been pretty, like, openly saying no for, like, a really long time. So the fact that you keep saying is like, well, it's, like, more complicated. Well, you don't know all the information. Well, I can't really say anything. Well, you're probably going to go tell everybody. It's just like, yeah, again, I like, nothing you say is more substantial than what I think I have. So I don't know.
Okay, so things have...
He still sounds like, how am I going to get away with this?
I spoke to Troy the other day. That's how I know. Because I spoke to him after a long time of not speaking to him at all, and we had about an hour conversation.
Okay, he's doing this whole thing of, like, again, acting like he's superior, that he's in the know, and that this wasn't a surprise to him. Or am I wrong in having that assertion? Like, he doesn't want to give off that he is not in the know about everything.
Yeah.
I guess is where or what it sounds like to me, but...
And basically the outcome of that was he had told people, but it wasn't as many as what I'm
What made it to me?
So
They told people.
I assume things have
Yes.
things have spread. But that doesn't really matter, because what matters is where it started, and if that person isn't going to come forward with anything, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, shitty screenshots coming from third hand doesn't mean a thing.
So you're basically just okay with saying that, like, it didn't happen because Tro's not going to put up the screenshot.
Yes.
This guy was willing to lie to the last possible minute. Honestly, I'm at a loss of words. No, I'm not. This guy's ego is so big.
All right, man. I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna, like, fucking, I don't know. I'm just like, I kind of am, like, not gonna lie. I kind of would have.
No, you are justifiably are. You justifiably are, and I understand if this impacts things.
Oh my
later
God.
on.
I just feel like you could have just told me right off the
no, no
bat.
problem with
I
that.
think we could have figured it out. We could have figured this out, like,
No,
literally
I don't
day
think
one.
I could have.
You didn't have to make that thread to address it. We could have
I-
totally figured this out when it was just a Reddit post, and we could have figured it out.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I love how the dude is totally screwed. The ship has already sunk, and he still can't admit he could have handled it better. You're right, John. You handled this the best way possible. This was the best outcome. When I was doing research for the Pie story, I had two choices. I could either make my video right then and surprise John with it, or I could bring it to Twitter and see what John's reaction would be. I've always known John as someone who can never admit when he's wrong, so when I saw his apology to Pie
I hate when we talked about this last week. I can't stand when people act like they never admit what they're wrong when they're wrong.
For much. There is some more to this call. In fact, there's a whole nother call. I think a certain turkey might be going over that, but for me, I'm more than satisfied with this. I do want to end with one last part of the call that I thought was pretty interesting.
You know, looking back, you know, I definitely did some things that were wrong, you know, undeniably. But,
I don't know.
I can only
All
look
right,
forward
well,
to the future.
I'm gonna
so-
dip now because I need to, like, not go completely crazy. I'm probably gonna go to sleep, but I do think in the future, when you're looking back on things and trying to, like, figure stuff out, I would message that kid saying that you are apologizing for saying he suicide baited, because I feel like that's, like, the next one. That's, like, super crazy. I just thought I would tell you before Willie makes a whole public big thing about that. I would just reach out and double down on the apology and say, I don't think you suicide baited, because it's pretty fucked. But anything else, message me. I'm just really pissed. So I'll talk to you later.
This call, a lot of people have already heard behind the scenes before John posted his Twitter apology. It's why it was so universally canned. Not once in the call does John show any remorse towards Nick, Dream, Augie. Tipster's basically going through the full 7 stages of grief, wondering why his friend lied to him.
I'm extremely disappointed. You allowed us to put our credibility on the line to defend you, even though you knew the whole time you were lying. But unfortunately, we're finding out the hard way that even friends can lie too.
Oh, Tippy, it's okay, bro. It'll all work out, man.
So that will wrap things up. I feel like I've already added everything I can to this situation. So I think I'm just...
Okay. I'm not going to play the rest of that because it's just it's John's cover of the Dr. Disrespect song, Alleyways. And in all fairness, John does have a really nice singing voice. He does have a really nice singing voice, but he's just kind of a shit human being.
Yeah.
Honestly, this whole thing really pissed me off. Yeah, sorry.
Hey,
I'm going to try to find a second call. Okay.
Do you guys want me to close the...
No. Actually, give me 2 seconds. Let me find it. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Hold on. Goodness, where did he take it down?
He might have.
Wait, no. Hold on. I think I found it. Yep, I found it. So let me stop screen share.
Okay. Hey, hold on a sec, because I gotta let the dogs out. So I'll be right back.
I just wanted to at least have it prepped.
It's good.
Goodness. Okay, cool. And just trying to make sure that my other window isn't showing because I'm also doing work stuff. It's hard for me to multitask, but at least I can try to get that done.
Yeah,
but for some reason, whenever I mute myself, it would also pause the video. But
I'm now playing Wizard 101, although granted it's just really a quick video.
And by the way, Mal, if we don't end up getting to the alternative vlogs topic tonight, I apologize in advance. Otherwise, we can have that discussion another time. I just don't know how long we're going to be on for. I mean, we've been going for 3 hours now.
Yeah.
And we haven't even covered all the topics yet.
I guess we've also just been having a bit of a fun time, like, just being on the podcast.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, still hasn't broken our record for longest Novakast stream.
What's the longest we've ever gone?
Last week was a little... I mean, last week we went for 4.5 hours, but I think the longest we've ever gone was probably like 6 to 8 hours.
Shit.
I'm talking about podcasts, not one of like the gaming streams.
Yeah. Hold on.
We do here.
Nah, I was just gonna ask if that was like honestly a podcast that like I was in, or like probably before I was.
Yeah, it would have been before you joined.
Yeah, right. That's fine. Well, that makes sense.
I'm trying to think of the longest stream I've ever done myself. Gosh. I would say probably around, I think 8.5 hours was the longest stream I've ever done, and that was on Twitch.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, Mal. I just wanted to let you know, Mal, just in case, because I didn't want to. I know you've been wanting to come on and talk about the topic, and I want to give you your share, or your fair shake, but we might be probably cutting it soon. I assume, because I mean I wanted to play Stick Fight. I really wanted to play Stick Fight, but I don't know if we're gonna do that.
Yeah. Speaking of the old days, like, oh man, just thinking about the old days. I don't know what's the word to say. It just feels damn like such a long time has really like passed by, and like damn.
Yeah, I mean, this summer we'll make it like 4 years.
Oh yeah.
Since I first met Rob and you guys.
Yeah, I still remember, like, honestly, like when you were honestly like were surprised that like my age was. You're 15, vegan.
Yeah.
And now here I am, like.
Well, because I mean, in all fairness, the people that normally I would interact with through like the channel or whatever weren't 15. They're usually either like maybe 5 years younger than me, or maybe a few years older. But now Rob is part of the 30 club, and life is stuck every year from here on out.
and now I'm a legal adult. And plus, you said it yourself. 18 is, of course, being an adult.
Yeah.
Since I don't know, since I believe you said like I was
That's
still
what the
a
law
teenager.
tells us.
I mean, since you said I was like a minor or I don't know, a teenager, one of those two things on like the previous or probably podcast before.
I mean, well, because it kind of like, I mean, to use you as an example, and I would even argue with like Ronnie as well. Like, you know, how I said that Trisha Paytas was accusing James Charles of grooming Charlie D'Amelio. That would be like us or me grooming you and Ronnie.
Sorry,
But, I mean, I'm not gay. So, I mean, I guess that would be a little bit of a difference in that regard. But still, like, I think that her statement on that was going a little too far. Like, it's not grooming. It may be a little weird, I guess, to have friends that are a lot younger than you, but I just don't like it when people just throw these terms like, so.
I have a lot of friends, honestly, that
like
are so it's like honestly like a normal thing for me. Hell, I honestly like made friends with a 25-year-old.
Yeah, and you're friends with a 35-year-old.
Yeah.
Gotta love being the oldest.
Apparently, according to the 25-year-old, I feel like an old soul, and she apparently keeps on forgetting that I'm 18.
God, I just remember being so spry when I was younger. Like, exercising and doing like push-ups and sit-ups were nothing to me, but now I'm just like, I think about walking out of the room and just like, oh my god, that's too much.
Okay, I'm back.
I definitely want to get back into being fit. I want to do Taekwondo again, maybe take up boxing, Muay Thai, honestly, just like be an MMA fighter.
Are you gonna go and try to, you know, pick fights with people on YouTube and ask them to fight you?
Actually, I would say honestly that would be just fun, just not really for the content. I don't know, just to like, I don't know, just like as a fun thing. I don't know. But yeah, I'm
vegan fighting ring.
Maybe
pay-per-view. Get Dana White here. Fuck the Paul brothers. We're gonna watch vegans fight.
Hey, since apparently Vegan Games is always ready to fight, maybe he'll respond to this. Actually, I don't even know.
But there may be blood involved, so I don't know if that's really vegan. Just kidding. I'm trying to be tame.
It's good.
But hold on, let me find the timestamp for the second call.
Freak out over something that could have been dealt with in-house. So
come on, you. I can't remember when the second call started.
Odds. That's some serious bad luck. Are the odds? Are the fucking odds? Even if you have
if you did it like at the beginning, if you did it at like the point where it was on fucking.
I will say this: what are the odds in February of 2020? Yes.
Oh gosh.
You know,
second. Okay, yeah, thank you.
It's just gonna be
there we
terrible.
go.
All right, can you guys wish me luck before I go back in?
This is the second call.
Good luck.
Is Primic in the
Good
call?
luck, buddy.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself real quick and.
All right. All right.
Yeah. Tim Swan, I guess.
Dude, I don't want to join the call. Oh, I just feel so shitty, dude. I feel so fucking
Add me.
No.
Add Turkey Tom.
I feel
I don't know why it keeps doing that. It keeps pausing.
Add me some dry. I'll be like,
sorry about that.
Hi.
Okay.
I had to.
Hold on. This is okay for context. this is when right after the first call, and Nick had posted the tweets saying that John lied. And that he felt like he needed to right his wrong because he had defended him, and turns out he was defending a lie, so he felt like he needed to release this, so...
Okay, there we go.
Oh. Gosh, things are fucking up. Alright. For some reason, it kept pausing whenever... even though it's on my other monitor right now. So, sorry about the dead air. But... like I said, for context, this is right after the first call, and that was when Nick had tweeted that John lied. And so this call took place right after John saw those tweets.
I know. No, I did. I definitely did.
No.
What?
No. What the fuck,
John.
dude?
Talk. Go.
No, it's just why,
Dude.
You can't, dude. What
do you mean? How is this any worse than literally just lying to my... I don't know how much you've lied to me about, dude. I have no idea how much you've lied to me about, but if you're willing to lie on like that big of a public spectrum, do you think like people shouldn't know about it?
Yeah, people should definitely know.
Like your ego is going to be the fucking death of you or some dumb shit like that. But like, I don't know.
Especially
I
since you're
feel like
really
I've
just being
taken a lot of punches for you, dude. I feel
Hold
like, I mean, you know what?
Say what now? Vegan?
I was just saying, especially like, I can't even remember what I said. Damn it. Sorry. Continue. Damn it.
Okay.
This makes me think of, dude. I think this makes me think of the time that I cracked a joke on a live stream saying, "What if A-Star lied?" And it made a whole big credibility issue, and we got into a huge fucking fight over that. And like, I start to wonder now, like, what if fucking A-Star lied? I start to wonder now, like, what happened to the fucking lawsuit?
Okay. For context for that, A-Star is somebody that was in John's Chris Hansen, or actually the Anonymous Gene documentary that he did. And A-Star was one of the people that supposedly was that Gene was kind of like stalking, or Chris Hansen was following A-Star's dad's old band Facebook page or something like that. And showing like that Chris was trying to find anybody that to talk badly about them. But I know there are some people out there that believe that that may have been fake. And because of John lying so blatantly in this regard, it's kind of like, oh, it could be. I mean, I've even heard like kind of out there theories that John is Anonymous Gene. I don't know if I would go that far, though.
Honestly, like, once you lie once, you can't. No one should really even believe you anymore.
I mean, it's everyone lies.
Well, I mean, not.
Well, no. I'm not. I mean, in context, I mean, everybody lies to some degree, but the fact that in the particular scenario that John is in, and we are also in, which is to provide commentary. Like, that's not okay, especially when your word is your bond and your word adds to your credibility. But when you're primarily dealing with trying to provide, for the most part, objective commentary, like, this is not okay.
Or when your friends honestly, like, literally have your back and you know, speak on your behalf and, like, help. Or, like, are on your side.
Like, I mean, they all feel dumb for defending him. And John apparently doesn't seem to have any remorse for that. Like, he said nothing when, like, friendships almost ended as a result of this. Like, as long as they believe that he's a, you know, or like Augie said, he's just a violent kid. He's clean. He's harmless. But that could also be... Huh?
I was just saying, being a complete dick.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
I start to, and all these could be totally like ridiculous, right? But I'm just sitting here thinking, it's just like, you haven't been fucking upfront with me in any capacity. Why would, like, holy shit, dude. And it's just, if you're gonna be fucking lying to me, then what the fuck? I don't know. I thought we were like cooler than that. I thought you wouldn't like fucking like completely screw me over. So I don't.
It is heartbreaking. I noticed Kat wrote that in the chat. But the thing that I only see like drama.
Oops.
Because this guy was perfectly willing and probably glad, to see my team divided. He was perfectly fine with Willie and Nick. And Willie and Nick, I don't know if they're the best buddies in the whole world, but they really like each other. That was okay. This is okay. And I got to be honest.
Okay. Sorry, Tommy, but another thing is that because of this, a lot of people think that the commentary community basically eats their own. Like, that we cover up for one another, but at the same time, we also tear each other down. And
Oh boy.
I mean, in this instance, it needs to be public. It needs to be or somebody needs to be held accountable. Like, I would never. Okay, let's say that we had some drama between you and I.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to go out and make a video on you. Would that be fucked up, making a video, an exposed video of you on your own channel?
Yeah, kind of would.
I want this to be a clip for the future. Clip it. This is going to be part of the downfall. Calling it now. But like, there's everything has its place. Like, of course, we've gotten into arguments before, but I don't think it's necessary to bring those out in the open. But when something that has started out in the open to begin with, I think it needs to be brought up publicly, because not only are you...
Just kidding.
Yeah. What the fuck, Rob? Like, fuck your birthday.
Oh my god, MJ, maybe you should have had that that meme, honestly, for I believe it was Aden's birthday.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That would really come.
Hey, I got the same thing on my birthday. I got the fuck your birthday thing. But like, in this instance, I think that, because it's not only that he lied to his friends, he also lied to the public. So it should be addressed. And for John to get mad at that and demand that Nick takes his thread down, no, that's not how that works. Like, I'm not saying that. I mean, yes, certain people in the commentary community do tend to eat their own, but when you make such a public lie and you get so many people standing behind you and hating on another person, to find out that it's a lie, that should be made aware of, because you really I honestly, it's sad, because it sucks, because now I question what John has said in the past. I haven't even been following him for long. I never even started watching any of his videos until a few weeks ago, when I saw the Anonymous Gene video that he did, and I was a little creeped out because of the bookmark that was shown in a screenshot in that video that looked like it was one of our videos. But not that John watched it, but that Anonymous Gene possibly watched us. Which he's been on this channel before. Hey, Machiko. Yeah, we're still up. We're just going over the John Swan calls, or the second call.
I'm folding laundry.
We have a lot more topics, but I don't know if we're going to be able to hit them all tonight.
Yeah.
No, we got most of them.
Most of them. I think the gaming thing, maybe we'll have to wait till next week, though. And I told Mal when you were gone, Rob, that if we don't get to the alternative vlogs, that we could discuss it in a future time.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you? I don't know. Just to chime in here. I don't know. Do you want me Rob? I don't know. Do you just want me on to also comment on some of vegan teachers honestly behavior or something like that?
Oh yeah. You mean that Holocaust teacher?
Yeah,
I can't believe that's her actual channel. That's her actual channel.
There's definitely a lot I'd like to say.
By the way,
which I feel sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say something. Me or
Vegan
Rob.
then Rob. Vegan then Rob.
I was gonna say there's definitely a lot I want to address, although I feel like some of it should definitely, I don't know, be In private, like honestly, some of it, I'm willing to like maybe say publicly, because there are some things like honestly, I will say I agree with vegan teacher on, that I agree with vegan teacher like with some points that honestly she might make, but the way she goes about it, like honestly, not the best idea. Although right now I'm not exactly prepared to, because I also don't really know the teacher like honestly that well, so don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I just know about the more controversial stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I did also. Sorry to kind of bring this up. I don't know. I don't really want to start any drama or something like that. Because there are definitely a lot of things I kind of wanted to say. Like I don't know, to Rob. Like some of the things he said in the video. Like I don't know, to address that. Like yeah, because I don't know how to say it. They like definitely were. Like I definitely really disagree with like some of the points that like Rob made in the video. Like on vegan.
I have not seen the video, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's the 2 videos that Rob made on vegan teacher. Like sure, some points.
Like I said, I have not seen the videos.
Oh, I thought you meant you haven't seen any videos of vegan teacher. Sorry.
I haven't seen any of the vegan teacher stuff. No, the only ones that I've seen recently that of Rob's were the like some of the gameplay videos and the ones on Playmate Tessie. Because I wanted to make sure, because like I said, when he brought it up during the podcast a few weeks ago, when I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla in the background, I was not paying attention. So I had to rewatch the VOD just to be like, oh shit, that's fucked up. So that's how I got caught up into it. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to talk about it, I don't care.
I don't know.
I mean, that's up to Rob.
Yeah, it's up to Rob.
But what were the points that you disagreed with?
Okay, I don't know. Should I bring it up right now? Like,
I mean,
what's going on there?
I
hear like some squealing.
That's one of the dogs.
Oh, okay. Thought it was a human voice. Sorry.
Well, JR is watching. It sounds like he's watching like America's Got Talent videos. So it could be in the background, but I don't think my mic's gain is high enough to where it'd pick up. But
yeah, I don't
know. I mean, it's either squealing dogs or kids singing poorly.
Yeah. I don't know, Rob. You want to talk about it? Like, I don't know, on stream or I don't know, in private? Up to you.
I guess if anything, I guess probably just get out of the way, because as soon as the stream is over, I'm probably gonna go to bed.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why I figured when you were stepping away that I was like, okay, well, maybe I should say that with some of the topics we can cover for a future podcast.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. This is not necessarily a topic. I mean, this is just mostly just one of the things that I just disagree with, like on one of the videos that Rob made. It was like the whole point of like like I'd say like raping of animals and stuff like that, like where he like said like honestly like just call it like breeding, like okay, that like really pissed me off, like because like I mean what, like aside from just calling it breeding, like do you not like consider it like like literally force penetration, like honestly like well like rape.
Wait, who said raping of animals?
So okay, so the thing that you got to understand is the fact that vegan teacher was comparing, and I think I mentioned this, that you can't compare human sexual assault to breeding or to animal breeding.
I mean, I did okay. This is only the thing that like I disagree, like where she's necessarily comparing. As far as I can see, she's mostly just trying to at least get the point across that like basically like what's being like I guess what you call breeding is basically like rape, honestly, like without like really like necessarily trying to say it's the same or anything, just trying to like really get the point across. Like, and yeah, I understand since like that's technically what it is, like pretty much like forcefully inseminating them to like kind of like have children or something like that. It's, I mean, that's I'd say like it's like pretty much forced penetration, aka rape. It's artificial insemination, whatever. Like honestly, that's gonna use. It's like that's kind of like, and like you just kind of calling it breeding, or like really just saying that she's like comparing it or saying it's like it's the same, which I disagree with. It's more if I say just trying to get the point across, like as opposed to like just saying it's the same as human or something like that. You kind of
So
understand.
and understand too that when I was talking about those, I'm going by the legal definition, which is the unlawful sexual activity and usually sexual intercourse carried out forcibly or under threat of injury against a person's will with a person who is beneath a certain age or incapable of valid consent because of mental illness, mental deficiency, intoxication, unconsciousness, or deception.
So you're defining the legal definition of rape for human.
Yeah, and comparing that to what she's trying to say, that animals in that term are raped.
I mean, but like, would you call it like literally like I don't know, like in the sense like I don't know, like it's literally like non-consensual. Like, would you at least agree on that? Because I don't think like a cow would like literally like want you to like forcefully inseminate them.
I think and correct me if I'm wrong, I just think Rob has issue with the term in general.
I don't think that it's appropriate to, and I think that because the person that was also responding to her videos also made the point that we shouldn't be comparing animal breeding to rape.
Yeah, see, that's
granted, and if I may, because if I didn't address this, granted, I don't agree with some of the methods, but at the same time, we can't be comparing it because I think the guy said it best. The guy who I was, in some sense, also responding to, made the comparison that we end up lessening the word and the act when we start comparing it to what we do to animals.
That's literally like honestly,
that's what I was trying to get at.
That's like honestly, like literally, like honestly, I don't know, because it literally because okay, it like literally kind of pissing me off because then you're at that point it almost sounds like you're saying it's only degrading just only because it's like to animals. Like like it's like like I don't know like a white or black person, like it's like you're comparing like I don't know like a raping of a white person or a black person and it's only degrading just because it's happening to like the like honestly this or like whatever. I don't know. That's just
I don't think that's what Rob was saying at all. At least that's not how I'm seeing it.
That's not exactly what he's saying, but that's like kind of like what it's kind of like hearing to me.
That's how
like,
you perceive it.
Yeah, because like it's almost like it's only like degrading just only because in the sense that it's happening like honestly to an animal as opposed to like a human, which is yeah.
I see where you're coming from, vegan, but I also see where Rob is coming from too, because I think the term in itself, from what he was just quoting about somebody saying like if you use this term so liberally in a context to animals with a term that is by law meant to describe human or like a human act, that you're kind of almost trivializing the term and not giving it as much power as it can be, if that makes sense.
If anything, I mean, as much credence or importance that it is, especially with a lot of shit that goes on the daily when it comes down to that particular topic or the people that suffer from that action, which is sexual assault.
Right. And I guess like seeing it the other way around of like comparing it, like, a survivor of sexual assault may not want to be compared to an animal and a
I don't
farm.
Like I said, there's not necessarily comparison. You're more like just calling it like a spade. At least it's the way I see it. Like honestly, by calling it like rape, by deeming it more of the absence of consent as opposed to like whether or not like it applies to a human. But anyways,
I mean, I think it's more just about semantics at this point.
Yeah.
Like I said, I see both sides. I get where you're coming from, but I also understand where Rob is coming from too.
Like I said, when it comes down to certain actions, when it comes down to, farms or factories breeding animals the way they do, again, with some of the actions, I don't agree with, especially with the methods that they use. And believe me, when it comes down to organizations like puppy mills, I don't agree with that. I think it's screwed up.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Oh,
was that you this time or Rob?
That was me. But bottom line, it's like when it comes down to it, I don't, especially with how this person was putting it, I don't think we should be comparing, what the sexual assault on people to the what happens to animals. Again, as much as I don't agree with the methods of how it's done with animals, I don't think we should be comparing it as such.
I'm kind of like just gonna go with the position that I'm not necessarily comparing, more like calling a spade, and like honestly, like like based on like the absence of consent, rather whether or not like it's like kind of really on whether or not a comparison there, more like just calling like like I said, a spade. At least that's the way I see it when like she kind of uses it.
And again, it really the argument kind of hold on, whoa. Let's see.
Yeah.
I get it, or is kind of being used liberally when you consider how animals breed within nature. It's majority rape in the wild, but no one thinks it's that serious because you can't really stop animals.
I mean, but it's not necessarily like in the wild. I mean, because like like artificially inseminating like an animal, like before, honestly, like that, like I don't think like like I said earlier, I think a cow like would want to exactly be artificially inseminated by a human.
It kind of reminds me of Creepshow Art did a video. It has nothing to do with this, but she did a video recently, and she mentioned somebody that a YouTuber with 1 million subs who has talked about like animal consent, and that since animals can't consent, that having sex with them shouldn't be criminal. I've mentioned it on the podcast before, and this is the person I'm subscribed to and I watch, and I mean, it's YMS, which is kind of baffling to me because he very much believes that people shouldn't go to jail for having sex with animals because animals can't consent.
I mean, that's I would say like I'd say animals can't consent. That's why like you just shouldn't do it.
Yeah. And I thought it was fake too, because I was like, because I even commented, I was like, were you referring to him? Because I'm pretty sure you're referring to him, because this whole debate took place like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. I've only been subbed to YMS for a few years, but not that long. But it was when I watched the Cecil McFly's video, "Don't Fuck with Dogs." Yeah, based on it's kind of a parody of the Netflix documentary "Don't Fuck with Cats," which both are really disturbing to watch. Yeah. But she showed a excerpt from a stream from somebody that was trying to take one of the animal sadists down, and in that Reddit forum that he was showing, it showed YMS commenting on Reddit about saying like why he doesn't believe that people should be going to or criminally charged for having sex with animals. And I believe he's even debated it on his own channel, and just kind of like, holy shit, like really? Like you have that take? Like, oh boy.
There's definitely something I wanted to address, like in the whole, like, you can't stop animals from ripping each other. But I mean, those are like animals, like, and assigning like, more animals which are like non-moral agents, like, to like hold up like ethics or morality, like in some kind of way that a human would, is like kind of, it's like, I mean,
but then you're anthropomorphizing animals then, and saying that like
more like
they're complex.
No, and I'm trying to say like more like just using a non-anthropocentric definition. I'd say like
right.
I understand that there's a hierarchy. I'm not trying to say they're equal or anything. More like that, like, just you shouldn't do it, like in the sense that it's like worse compared to just not doing the action. That's at least what I'm trying to get at.
Are did you read Machiko's comment?
Yeah,
and make ducks fuck their mates to death until they die, and they're going to keep going. So if you can't call that rape, I don't think you're calling a spade a spade.
I mean, well, first of all, like, I don't even have any reason to talk about that.
Well, I mean, like, I'll just revert back to my original point of semantics and perception. And I know some people hate when people go middle of the road, but that's kind of how I am. Yeah. I tend to like to see both sides, and I try to understand both sides.
Yeah, like I said, animals, okay, yeah, they rape each other, but like, I don't know, why are you gonna like assign? Where is anyone like really gonna use that? Like, assign like like non-moral agents, like to kind of hold, like kind of expect them to hold a kind of level of responsibility that a human would, or actually hold up like more ethics and morals. like which is it's kind of like basically just saying, well, they do it too, like as opposed to.
Well, the argument there could be that, well, you're still asserting moral, actions on non-moral beings.
I'm mostly just the actions that are done like by humans to animals, as opposed to animals like as opposed to like to animals, like to like other animals, which is like it's like it's really mostly just talking about humans in this case.
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I don't fully 100% agree with what you're saying, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I feel like this could definitely go on like for like a long time. So
yeah, yeah,
I'd love to talk about it. I'd love to talk about it some other time, like maybe in private or something like that. But at least got a podcast to continue.
Yeah, probably not tonight though, because I have to do filming as soon as we get done here.
I also need to get going to sleep sometime.
Yeah, I've been grading papers as we were talking.
Yeah, I'm folding clothes. That's why I turned off my camera.
Oh gosh, now you just right. I gotta do laundry too. I bought so much new clothes.
Oh, I think
I
gotta do the same too.
I mean, that's why I have another cat sweater. But this one's a little bit larger, and it's not white sleeves. It's not white leopard. It's now regular basic leopard.
Yeah.
And then I made this necklace too recently. It's actually the centerpiece here. Here I can stop screen. But the centerpiece is actually the pendant from what Connor wears in Assassin's Creed 3.
Hey, you turned on your camera back.
Yeah, because I wanted to show off my necklace and cat sweater. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
right now wearing a sweater. New York.
Nice. Amazon's been my friend, my best friend. I also have a mini office now in my bedroom where I got rid of my old. Well, my nightstand wasn't even a nightstand; it was more like an office, little mini office desk on wheels. But now I actually have a desk in there, and that's where I put my laptop. But
awesome.
I would have been streaming in there, but I didn't want to have to unplug my mic over here and put it in there. And Ash can still get to me on that desk, even though it's spaced further away from my bed, because she likes to fucking jump up. And I have like a mount, kind of like my mic stand here, but I have one for my phone, which has a wireless charger on it. So like I can just hook it up or leave it there and watch, stuff on my phone or what have you without having to hold it. And she likes to walk on the actual mount of it, and she'll wake me up, and all of a sudden, it slams down on my arm. I'm like, ah! Did I see Coming to America? I have not seen the modern version of it. I've seen the original movie, and I have a Coming to America clock. But no, I have not seen the show. Is it good?
That should be interesting.
Was Castlevania like the Netflix series good? Actually, I believe Rob and Magi already talked about that.
Which one?
I watched it too.
I haven't watched it
great.
Yet, although I want to get onto it.
Which one?
I got Rob a Castlevania Pop for his birthday last year. Oh, Rob, I almost wanted to be a bitch and send you the Mario and Luigi cord holders that we saw. I was gonna send that to you for your birthday.
Good Lord.
You know you want it.
I'll
and sent. Actually, I don't know if I can justify spending more money on Amazon. And plus, those were like $15 for nightmare fuel. I don't know if it's worth that much.
Yeah,
I'm honestly having a tough time, whether or not it's not to go on a spending spree on Uber Eats, since I keep getting those coupons, honestly, emailed to me.
I keep getting Uber Eats coupons, but we don't have Uber Eats here.
Oh man,
we don't have Postmates. All we have we have Shipped, which is kind of like Postmates. We have Instacart is newer. We have DoorDash and Grubhub, and I have DoorDash. I have the paid versions of the DoorDash and Grubhub. But yeah, everything's fucking subscription based now. But it's nice. I just had groceries delivered right when the podcast started, so
everyone's trying to be Netflix.
Yeah. I used to not like Netflix at all. when they first started. It was just seemed more because you had to like that's when they had the physical discs.
Yeah, I remember that. Like I was still alive there. Don't forget.
I'm not saying that in reference to like being old or anything like that. You adult, you. But now, like, it's convenient because I just like the fact that when they release shows, like, typically all the episodes are released all at once.
Oh, yeah.
Which Hulu doesn't really do that much. I don't know. I'm watching Hulu right now because One Punch Man seasons 1 and 2 dubbed are on Hulu. Because on Netflix, only the first season is available subbed. And yes, if anyone happens to watch this that's new to the channel or doesn't know my preference, I am a dub person. Bite me.
You.
Bite me. Purist.
Sub is better than dub.
In some instances, yes, I will agree to that. But there are some instances where the dub I find to be way better. Death Note, a perfect example of the English dub being much better.
Sorry. Okay, I definitely that.
But I also watched a panel of various voice actors for My Hero Academia, and they were at a panel and they were actually reenacting some of the scenes, but you can actually see the voice actors. And Mineta, for some reason, I should have just assumed Mineta was voiced by a woman, but because Mineta is kind of one of my favorite characters in My Hero, just because he's just a perverted little fucking grape-headed guy. But
oh yeah, speaking of which, My Hero Academia is definitely another anime I should definitely get started on.
Yeah, Rob, you've seen My Hero, right?
Not yet.
Or both.
You haven't?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Oh gosh. Well, you'll definitely like it. You'll definitely like it.
By the way, I don't know. Maybe this could come up as a topic for something else. Like honestly, like with anime. From what I heard, anime studios like in Japan are planning on like maybe trying to launch a streaming service of their own and try to sub their own anime, as opposed to like relying.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That was like after like Kiss Anime got taken down.
Yeah. I mean, good on them.
Could save that topic for like another thing, because I know Rob kind of didn't want that. Like was kind
of I just don't want to say anything to spoil him. But
no, I'm just because Rob hasn't heard the news.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. All right.
They had Morgan Freedom. Like I said, mouth words are hard. Gladys Knight and Salt and Pepper. They were in Coming to America. Oh gosh, I remember finding a Salt and Pepper CD out in the snow randomly. That and Montel Jordan, the guy that sings "This Is How We Do It."
Oh gosh.
This is how we do it. I found those on the ground. Somebody just really hated those like R&B kind of 90s music, but I still have them somewhere.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think it was like Salt and Pepper, Montel Jordan, and fucking like Enya.
Enya the Hag.
One of these things is not like the other.
Oh man.
But I'm not hating on Enya. But based on that kind of tone, how Rob is talking, I think we're gonna probably end it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, sorry for like really derailing like the whole podcast.
No, I had fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
90s R&B is top tier cleaning music. Oh hell yeah. Definitely.
Probably discuss a little bit more about that vegan teacher, like maybe some other time.
Yeah, because I still want to talk about Dr. Seuss. And,
oh my god! Yeah.
I know Mal. We got to bring in Mal to talk about alternative blogs.
You know, if anything, if we do end up doing it at a later time, we may. I mean, something I might talk to you guys about is a after hours special, where it's not like the podcast, but it's like a more video format.
Like what we do.
Are you doing kind of like what like Tommy C and Augie do?
I was gonna say
Where they do
Cheshire.
after hours.
I was gonna say Cheshire Cat Studios, but I guess they do that too.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait, who's that?
Cheshire Cat Studios.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to their channel.
Oh, wait. Are you saying
Cheshire.
Cheshire Cat?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Trisha Arquette Studios. I'm like, what the hell? That's weird.
No, yeah, Cheshire Cat.
What are they doing?
Yeah, with I mean, actually, some of the cast is gone now. Like, I mean, some of the original mask or some of the original cast, B Mask, Laffy Man.
They sound familiar now. I think you brought them up before, haven't you?
I have brought them up before.
Okay, that's what I thought. Sometimes things go in one ear and out the other, but that's kind of how the basis of our friendship works. Not gonna bullshit it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna call it.
All right, cool.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We've been on this for almost 4 hours.
Yeah, not as long as last time.
20 more minutes.
Not as fun. Not as long as last time.
Not as fun, clearly.
Yeah, fuck you, vegan.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the topics that we discussed, as well as our rants and us kind of taking the, being, kind of
and getting sidetracked too.
Speaking our piece. Speaking our piece about people like playmate testing and all that crap.
Yeah.
If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Follow us on social media and Discord. Follow our daily content and future podcast episodes as we continue. With that being said, this is Rob, Vegan, and MJ signing off. Have a good one and take care.
Goodbye.
Peace out.
A lot of fun, really.
Happy birthday, asshole!
Thank you, Rob. Well, it's not your birthday anymore in my time zone.
Well, it's still his birthday for another 2 hours and 19 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice guy.
And then after that, then fuck him.
All right. Take care.
Oh man, I really. Goodbye.
Bye. Peace.